To talk convenience and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected has never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Celebrate Independence Day at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium for Mega Bash July 3rd and 4th between the Palm Beach Cardinals and Jupiter Hammerheads. Both games start at 6 p.m. with post-game fireworks and a Mega Kids area with inflatables. Purchase your tickets at RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when a professional practice or a small business is involved and, of course, on the line. At Cordell & Cordell, we know the years of work that you've invested and what's at stake. For over 35 years, we've helped guide doctors, lawyers, and business owners through the complex process to protect their businesses that they've spent their lives building. Call Cordell & Cordell today because your business is more than a job, it's your legacy.
Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's Franny, and GimmeTheVin.com wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar. This is the place to sell your car for big bucks. And if they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll give you $100. GimmeTheVin.com is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are two ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's at GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 7 offices across South Florida to serve you, including our new office in Hollywood, Florida.
Can you believe it's only $77?
What? I thought it was more than that.
Nope. It's only $77 to get your marijuana card with MMJ Health's Mania Madness. Limited appointments. Call 561-269-4137. That's 561-269-4137.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you through.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Big news for drivers. Presets have landed on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with iHeartRadio. Access your favorite stations, podcasts, and playlists instantly right from your dashboard. Try the free iHeartRadio app on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and take those presets for a spin.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Alessi for CBS 12 News. Skies are mostly sunny as we continue to go through our Monday morning. Temperatures are starting to head up into the 80s out there with our highs back into 90. Could feel close to 100 when you factor in the humidity. A few scattered showers and isolated storms will come on shore during the afternoon. Some of the rain could linger inland near the lake late this evening. Otherwise, we are mostly sunny to partly cloudy through the day.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yes, it's the Penthouse on a Monday. Good morning, and I hope you listened to Rover, and I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed South Florida. I hope you made some money in Bet Caruso. I hope you did a lot of things. But we're going to be with you next 4 hours to entertain you, put a smile on your face, and realize how lucky we all are. Here's a guy who does a good giveaway today at 11:45 Greek Casino. Jake Owen tickets. Man, I've been waiting for a year for him to come back here. Thank God he's coming back. We got our good buddy Dominic in the house. What's up, Dom?
What's up, G-Man? How's it going?
It's going good. And, of course, she's back in the house, and I got the pleasure of seeing her last night. In the crowd, I waved. I said hi. Francis was there, and Nikki Glazer. How are you?
Hi, what's going on? Happy Monday. So, yeah, it's Jake Owen with Dirty Heads, which
Yes.
I thought to be a very interesting combination. Massive fan of Dirty Heads. I do like Jake Owen. Jake Owen is known to be a local boy. He's from Vero Beach, right?
Yes.
So the two of them together, October 24th. It's going to be a great show. So a little country, a little reggae. It should be fun.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Again, we're going to make that happen for you guys at 11:45 in the Greek Casino. Again, last night, Kravitz Center. I'm going to follow Nikki Glazer on tour. Man, there were so many women there last night.
yeah.
Oh, my. I could not believe it.
I'm not surprised.
I was.
Women love her.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
my
why I'm not surprised either.
Yeah.
I wish I knew I would have went earlier. I mean, there was some. Oh my God! I was like, this is like. It seemed like 7 to 10. Like
Yeah.
7 out of 10. See, we're 6 days. It was a lot of women.
It was.
And it was the first couple acts though were pretty bad.
I dug them. I laughed.
Really?
Oh yeah, but I mean, and that's why I was surprised with Nikki because you don't really like crude humor, like you kind of, and she's as crude as they get.
Yeah. She's brutal.
She is, and so the girl who was before her. Has, I believe, is MS, and she's in a wheelchair, and she's, I think, diagnosed 18. But man, I thought she was so funny. And I caught a little bit of the guy, just maybe 2 minutes of his act because I got there a little bit later than I expected. So, of course, we had to wait. We had to wait in line for a glass of wine. So we had a glass of wine before we left. I have never seen that line, and they have maybe 8 or 9 lines that long. And I go to the Kravis Center quite often, but I go for musicals and plays. And people are like, I got to get my drink on for Nikki.
my God.
The lines were so long for booze at the bar.
It was packed.
And and it was just one. I just had one because with comedy shows like that, there's no intermission or anything like that, and you don't get up and go. But I was in tears. Like I legit had tears rolling down my face. I was laughing so hard.
She was real.
She was so good.
A lot of
all
things.
of them. I had a great time.
Yeah, the first two I didn't think were great, but she was great, obviously. She talked about life, privilege to be attractive helps you. Hollywood, how they push you out. She's getting a facelift.
Yeah, she's only 41 and she's already getting a facelift.
Yeah, just all the stuff in her act is pretty much what you read about her is true. I mean, she just goes through, talked a lot about porn, but she was funny. I mean, I saw her before a couple times in specials. She was good. It was home because when I got home last night late, she was on HBO.
Yeah, she's got a few specials out there, but yeah, she's phenomenal. She's been doing this for years, so I know she just kind of became a household name for people who didn't know who she was after that roast. Because she killed it. She was the best thing there. So yeah, it was really, really good. I was really happy to see her. I know that she did Saturday and Sunday night, and I saw that our girl Charisse, who used to work here, went Saturday. So I reached out and she was like, she was amazing. So she got me all pumped up for the show.
No, she was great. She really was great.
I was very fortunate. So I do want to give a shout out to the Kravis Center. Thank you so very much. Because it was last minute. It was a sold out show, and I got a pair of tickets last minute, and they were very, very kind to me, and they were fantastic. I've never sat up there. So normally I'm kind of in the orchestra area. So we were in the second row in one of the suites.
Oh, that's nice.
So when we open it up, we see people, and it's dark, and I didn't know where my seats were. So I feel like this a-hole because I came in for the first act. I mean, I got there before 7, and the show starts at 7, but everybody was all seated, and I didn't want to shine my light on there, and there's nobody. So we went and grabbed someone. We're like, we're so sorry. I don't know where our seats are. And so he was kind enough to go, one of the ushers. And we were I felt like the 2 old guys from the Muppets that are in the balcony in that little room.
That's nice.
So it was this little tiny suite. We were right at the front of the suite,
nice.
like just overlooking. It was fantastic. I was like, these are great. I've never been up here before. But yeah, just all in all, a great time.
Yeah, it was packed. I mean, it really was. But yeah, I wish I got there. We were there earlier with dinner, but then we went over there and we got there like a couple minutes before 7. And
I legit saw Greek for like 2 seconds. It was a high and by situation because the show started and they were walking in, and my girlfriend and I were like, we got to grab ourselves a glass of wine before we walk in. So we had to tackle that line.
Franny saved us because we thought the show was 8 o'clock. She texted me in the morning.
Yeah, Greek goes, all right. He was like, we're going to get a table at Ruth Chris at 6:30 if you guys want to meet up. And I was like, I didn't know yet. So then I look at it. And so then the next day, yesterday, I texted. I was like, you said you're going to go to Ruth Chris at 6:30. I said, the show starts at 7. So leave it to Greek to say dinner at 6:30. I was like, the show starts at 7. I was like, so what? And he was like, oh, really? He was like, yeah, my buddy told me it starts at 8. I was like, nope.
Oops. Maybe the Saturday one.
The Saturday one did. He told me 8 o'clock, so he said make reservations.
7 o'clock, dude.
So so Franny saved me. I was at the casino when she texted me, and I was like, ooh, thanks. So I texted him. I said, bro, we got to go a little bit early if you want to eat. I mean, I really didn't care either.
Were you catching those Caruso tickets?
Oh, yeah, all day. Yeah, we said Caruso. I did a little video yesterday. I stopped by a friend's pool.
I saw that, and then I watched it, and I was like, because you're like, yeah, I'm going to have dinner with Franny. And I was like, we didn't have dinner. I had people messaging me going, did you have dinner with Greek? Did you sit next to Greek? And I was like, nope.
No, I said I might sit next to Franny. What? I'm kidding. I was kidding.
And people were messaging me. They were like, oh, is that what happened? You went? I was like, no, we didn't go together.
No, she barely say hi to me. It was like, hi, and then security came. They were like, Franny's here, watch it.
Oh, whatever.
I was like, hey, if you get a minute. So we went to Ruth Chris real quick. I missed my New York Prime traditional Sunday night, but I'll be there tonight. But no, it was great. It really was great. But yeah, I was just, again, not knowing the audience. I thought it'd be a little mixed crowd, but it was so many women. I was like, whoo. Man, if you were a plastic surgeon last night handing out cards, you could have crushed it, especially what she was going through. So what'd you do last night? You said the other night you got banged up or something?
Yeah, I said it on Friday. I went to Club Chemistry to see this dubstep DJ, Victim. It was really, really good. But I was out. I think I got home around 4:45, and I had a tea time in PGA at 11 a.m.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay, not terrible. You had a few hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Were you smashed when you went to bed?
Not smashed, no. But it was just rough waking up.
Yeah. I know you did post some videos.
How did you golf?
Real Radio 92.1 on Instagram.
Yep.
How did you golf?
Not that good because I haven't played that much. I played with Will 2 weeks ago, and that's it. I haven't practiced that much.
Or could it be just because you were hungover?
That too. I was just like,
it could have been that too.
Yeah, you should go and be like during the week, 10 to 2. Like start working on your shot, whatever you need. That's it, and let it happen. We'll be at Drive Shack this week, but you won't be with us.
Yeah, I'll be at Universal this weekend.
Ooh, what's that for?
I believe it's for the Gator. I'll be out there.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So that'll be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have a good time and hang out. But all in all, was it good? Did you met Caruso last night?
Oh, yeah. I had a little bit on it.
I had to shut my phone off because it started at Nikki Glazer and what's the name was looking at me. He's like, what is going on? And I shut it off, though, because I didn't want to get yelled at. And I said, oh, it's a basketball game. Because he's not really into sports. That's at the basketball game, I said, and everybody bets Caruso. He goes, what the hell's Caruso? He said, it's a guy for the team.
He was hot last night.
He had 20.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even like it was no tease. It was like over. So, yeah, we were excited about that he ended up winning. Everybody who had Caruso, I even put it out in the video. I said, bet Caruso tonight. The line was a little high, 12.5, but Caruso did come through. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Maybe you want to talk about, yes, Tom.
You know who else came through?
Who?
The Panthers the other night.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah, that was Friday night, huh?
Yep.
It was like forever ago.
Overtime win.
You got the audio?
Yeah, I have the audio. Here we go.
Then it's Draisaitl behind the net. Draisaitl out to Ekholm at 5. It's wide. Out to the near point. Out low in the zone is Marchand. A pass ahead. Well, Marchand. A breakaway. Hits in Marchand. Can he tie the series? And he scores! Brad Marchand in overtime. And the Panthers win game 2. 5-4. The series is tied at a game apiece. Brad Marchand.
Panthers in a great position right now, tied at 1-1. They did a great job on the road. That's what you always hope for, to get a split. If you can win both, it's unbelievable. But they are home tonight. You'll hear that on Real Radio on 92.1, 107. And this is a big game, too.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going game 4, correct?
Yep.
And when is that, Wednesday?
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. All right, then when you going to do a hit strip club after that, maybe?
No.
Silhouettes or Solid Gold or Tootsie's. I think I had a gift card for Tootsie's I can give you. Then maybe you go down. Have you ever been to Tootsie's strip club down there? Oh, that thing is so big. It's like a city.
It's so big, and so is everybody's ass there, too. Tootsie's is known for butts. They are. You walk in, you're like, holy, everybody here has an ass on them. They do, and it is. It's like a warehouse, and so not just that, because I think it was an old Home Depot or something.
Yeah.
So those strip poles go all the way up.
Yeah.
I look up and I'm like, this girl, that is so dangerous.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like so concerned for her, but it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. You would think they need a net under there.
Yeah.
I went there one night after a Heat game years ago with a big boss from iHeart, and we walked in, and I got a Coke, and I lost him. And I didn't see him for like 4 or 5 hours. He couldn't find him. And then at the end, I was leaving 3 o'clock. I was like, I got to get out of here. We got there 12. And I was sitting outside, and maybe 20 minutes later, he just knocked on the door. He goes, what are you doing? I go, where were you? 4.5 hours. I didn't see you. So he ended up coming up. Yeah, Tootsie's is crazy. It's got to be one of the biggest strip clubs in the state. I mean, not state, in the country.
Yeah.
It's got to be up there. I know the one in Vegas that Brady used to go to all the time, and I stopped at a few times, is really big, too. But yeah, that place is like a city. It really is. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved. Franny's back in the house, and today is her first full day, correct?
Yes.
All right, so Franny's doing a full day.
Yeah.
So that's good news. Andy Quinn doesn't work Monday and Fridays, and I want to thank Andy for everything he did for us. He did a great job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really stepped up.
He held it down. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he did a good job. And Dom, also, you did a good job, too. We appreciate your efforts.
Thank you, G-Man.
Don't be fake. Just be real. Just be like, you don't have to. If you want to be. Father's Day is this week.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. That's important.
That's right. Do not forget your dad. Dad's Day is always like a little bit less than Mom's Day, it seems like.
So they're going to be record spending this year.
Really?
For Dad's Day. Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. That's this week on Sunday. So you got a whole week to prepare. And we will remind you. So don't forget, do the right thing and do something nice for your dad. Don't just send him a text. Do a little bit more. Yeah, that's Kravis Center. I haven't been there many times, but it's such a beautiful place.
It is. They do a lot. And people don't realize they put so she was in the main area. Oh, help me. What is it called? The Dreyfus Hall.
Mm-hmm.
But they did move the Palm Beach Improv and of course, Nikki's so huge that they give her the main area of the Dreyfus Hall. But they moved the improvs in city places, no longer has the improv. It's there, and a lot of people don't realize that.
No, I don't.
So you go on their website and check it out, and you can see all the comedians. Almost every weekend they have somebody.
And they got that show coming up about, I believe, the Temptations?
Yeah, I'm going to that on the 24th. It kicks off. Ain't Too Proud.
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful place. It really is. But I did notice that last night when we walked in about the lines for, I thought I was at a game. I was like, my God, these lines are long, for liquor. And nobody would let us, cut through. We were, trying to cut through. Because when I first walked in, I was looking for Franny, and I thought maybe she was by the bar or hanging out. And, this one woman...
He literally was the first thing I saw when I walked in. I walk in with, with the Kravis Center, and I just hear him. He's just, waiting by the front door. He's like, hey!
Because he wanted to go in and get our seats. I said, look, I got to see Franny. I said, it's the only thing in my life that's positive. So I waited for you to come in. Oh, I didn't know what door you're going to come in either. So then we sat down, but we didn't get up. He had great seats. He really did. He's very, very close. We were on the end.
So there was an issue, and it wasn't with the Kravis Center, and because my tickets were a will call and when I went to go get them, but I heard one guy was getting pissed off, and it wasn't the staff's fault. And then I heard somebody else, another lady, was in the line behind us at the concessions, and she said the same thing, that she ended up, luckily they had something like some tickets that they could buy. It was StubHub.
Oh,
so
really?
people who were buying them secondary, they weren't registering. So they were like, I bought them on StubHub. They should be here. And they're like, nope, don't have them.
Oh, that's the worst.
And multiple people going through this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, that sucks. Because it wasn't like they bought it from a scalper down the street. They purchased them, and it was specifically StubHub that I heard people bitching about that Kravis Center could not locate their tickets.
That's the
they
worst
have
feeling.
them. Yeah.
Anytime a will
sucks.
call, it's the worst feeling. Now everything's different. But years ago, I went to the Heat NBA Finals, and there was a big confusion with the games, like what game you had. So I'm trying to think how it worked. I think it was game 1 or game 3 was game 3 at the Miami Arena, and it wasn't game 3 in the NBA series. So it was like a mass thing at the NBA Finals. I remember this. I went down and I had my tickets, and the girl goes, "You have game 3 at the arena." Like there was a big confusion. I thought I had game 3 tickets. So when I went down there, it was just like a big blank show. They ended up taking care of us. We paid. But it was really brutal because game 3 was like game 5 and something like that. But yeah, that's the worst feeling when I don't like will call for that reason. Like you always get nervous when they look through you, like your name's there. You're always like obviously Kravis is close. It's not bad. But if you go down to Miami or anywhere else, Orlando, anywhere, and you're waiting for your tickets, you know what I mean?
It's like me when I go to any of these artist shows. I always make sure I have like one of their managers' phone numbers just in case when I'm going through this line for a guest list, my name's there.
Yeah, and every time I go there, I say my name, they look at me weird. I'm like, Greek. She's like, what's your name? I'm like, Greek. She's like, Greek? I'm like, yeah,
It's under Greek.
It's under Greek. Pretty simple. Look.
My name's
But
Larry.
do they do that, though?
Greek.
Because a lot of time they make you show identification.
Yeah, they show your ID because then it would have like Greek and then on parentheses.
Your name. Okay, I was going to say, because I know a lot of places wouldn't just be like, no, I need to know what's on your driver's license.
No, they always show my license.
Yeah.
But that's what it would be on in parentheses, my name. But yeah, it's a weird feeling because you get nervous. You just do, especially if they can't find it. But there's so many. And I'm going back to Heat games and stuff like that, where things would be, or a couple of concerts I went to, and you're just like, oh, because if they don't have them, you're beat. You could usually buy tickets, but you're not going to get the tickets that you want. So it's one of those feelings that's uncomfortable. That's why it's good when everything's on your phone. Because like if you bought them like Franny said from StubHub and you go there, you pay. Those tickets were expensive last time.
Yeah, that was secondary market. So they were. When I was talking to the lady behind me, she was saying that she spent, it was almost like $300, and she didn't realize that she could buy tickets on the Kravis Center's website, because I was looking, and then they did end up selling out. But as of Friday, there was still a couple pairs, and they were $67.
Wow.
And it was on the second floor where this lady was sitting, and she paid $300 or whatever.
I mean, that
a lot of
happens-
people don't realize.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
the venue first, too.
Yep.
Go on their website before you go to secondary markets.
And that sucks when that happens, because you pay so much. The orchestra seats were very expensive. He buys them from Kravis, but they were a lot. I was shocked. I was like, dude, I'm going to have to get you dessert now. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We are back in a swing, a full week ahead of us. Hope you guys had a good weekend. The Panthers, don't forget, you can hear them on Real Radio as they take on Edmonton in the Stanley Cup. Game 3 tonight. Big one. Got to win this game. This is important. Every game's important for the Stanley Cup. But you can hear it on Real Radio. 92.1 and 101.7. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We're back in the sack. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta, this day in history, and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
According to the TSA, they said if it's a solid food item, it can go through a checkpoint. However, if you can spill it, spray it, pump it, spread it, or pour it,
Twist it.
I knew the bop it thing was going to come into play.
I'm just glad we both picked Twisted.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only, or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
95 in the Turnpike looking pretty good so far. Currently accident-free. Dealing with a surface road incident here on Atlantic Avenue at Lakes of Delray Boulevard. Avoid that area. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Score free gifts this Father's Day at Lowe's. Right now, get a free select DeWalt, Craftsman, or Cobalt tool with purchase of a select battery kit. Shop these deals and more this Father's Day at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, it's Franny, and GimmeTheVin.com wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar. This is the place to sell your car for big bucks. And if they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll give you $100. GimmeTheVin.com is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's at GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Caroline Barrega had it all. A loving husband, thriving kids, and meaningful work. Then, her police officer husband's secret infidelity and abuse of his badge were exposed. In season 4 of the Betrayal podcast, she confronts his deception and the police department that overlooked his misconduct.
The kids and I thought we were living this life of love and a family. Never did I think that anything like this was going on behind our backs.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Betrayal, and listen now.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And if erectile dysfunction is making a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. Your initial visit includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. That's AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 7 offices across South Florida to serve you, including our new office in Hollywood, Florida. Atlantic Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
NBC Nightly News.
From one era to the next.
I'm Tom Brokaw.
We hope to see you back here.
I'm Lester Holt.
Trust is the anchor.
For NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Yamas.
A new chapter begins. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas. Evenings on NBC.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers. Our purpose for our clients is to provide legal power. Our mission for our clients is to obtain huge results. Our lawyers have been listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. Our lawyers have conducted dozens of jury trials at the courthouses in Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties. Our legal team is also actively involved in the communities that we proudly share with you and your families. Although our law firm litigates matters anywhere in Florida, our roots are deepest here with you in the numerous cities and towns of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that the best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are mostly sunny as we continue to go through our Monday morning. Temperatures are starting to head up into the 80s out there with our highs back near 90. Could feel close to 100 when you factor in the humidity. A few scattered showers and isolated storms will come on shore during the afternoon. Some of the rain could linger inland near the lake late this evening. Otherwise, we are mostly sunny to partly cloudy through the day.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Me so horny.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio 92.1 and the Treasure Coast 101.7. Big giveaway this afternoon at 11:45 or early morning, whatever you want to, whatever flavor you like, chocolate or vanilla. But we'll get back to that in a little while. Dominic's in the house answering the phones.
What's up, G-Man?
Who's that, your girlfriend? And, of course,
Vaughn.
Francis.
That's on the phone.
Oh, Vaughn. Oh, my God. Francis is here.
What's up?
And it's time for a trifecta in this day in history.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, the local girl did it. Coco won the French Open on Saturday. Big win for her yesterday. Congratulations to her. And I got to tell you, the people in the tennis finals, the watches they were wearing were unbelievable. I just can't believe that they played tennis with, $500,000-$600,000 watches on their hand.
I mean, they're sponsored by Rolex, so
I know.
They're probably giving those to wear. And
sure, I mean, you're right. There was other Rolex, there was other watches too that they wore to men's too. But I was like $600,000, $400,000. They talked about it when the match was going on, and I was just like unbelievable. But congratulations to her. She definitely wasn't late, and she won. First time she won a French Open.
So I actually was watching. Well, I went to my buddy's Matt yesterday to play golf.
Yeah.
We teed off at 11. His wife was watching the men's match, the final one.
Mm-hmm. It was 5 hours, right?
It was 5 hours. Wow. We managed to play a full 18 holes and came back, and his wife was still on the couch watching this. It was crazy. We were like, we played 18, no problem.
Yeah.
And came back, and you're still in the same spot watching the same match.
They had to have been gassed, man.
Everybody was talking about that yesterday, even when we were out last night. 5 hours, that's long for them.
I think it came down to like 5.5 by the time it finished.
Wow.
You know the shape you got to be in to do that?
Yeah,
it's
nuts.
I mean, it's like the other night when the Panthers were in double overtime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those guys come off the ice. You got to be so drained and exhausted. And even like yesterday, 5 hours. Unbelievable. So hats off to them. Last night, the NBA Finals, the Game 1 did not get good ratings. I don't know about Game 2. But the Thunder won again, 123-107. That series just tied 1-1. Caruso did go over. Highest point total he's had in the playoffs. He had 20 points, so hats off to him. We've been telling you for like a month to bet Caruso over. And Dom was one of 67 people who sent me the same text, Caruso tonight? And I'm like, yeah. So hats off to the Thunder. They go to Indianapolis, I believe, on Wednesday night for Game 2. So we'll see what happens. Miami Dolphins open up camp today, mandatory mini camp. So that's good news if you're a football fan. I know a lot of you guys are out there counting the days, and girls are counting the days. This is the first sign of football getting real. OTAs are mandatory, so everybody should be there. Except Ramsey. He won't be there, the cornerback, because the Dolphins are trying to trade him. So we'll see what happens with that. And don't forget the Panthers tonight on Real Radio, 92.1, 101.7. 7:30 is pregame, 8 o'clock. The puck drops. It is Game 3. And Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Now over to Franny for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Okay, here we go. Back in the day, June 9th, 235 years ago in 1790, the first book was copyrighted in the U.S. It was John Barry's Philadelphia Spelling Book. Then 91 years ago, 1934, Donald Duck made his debut in Disney's The Wise Little Hen. He wasn't wearing pants then, and he still isn't wearing pants now. Why?
Why stop?
Right? Why fix it? Yeah. 52 years ago, 1973, Secretariat won the Belmont Stakes to become the first Triple Crown winner in 25 years. 47 years ago, 1978, after a 148-year ban, the Mormons declared that black men could be priests. 45 years ago, 1980, Richard Pryor suffered third-degree burns over most of his body while freebasing cocaine.
That was sad.
He had to endure 2 months of painful skin grafting operations, all because coke didn't freebase itself. Like, Jesus, what was he utilizing? Did he have gasoline poured all over him? How the hell does that happen?
I don't know. Flamethrower, who knows?
That's what I'm saying, that most of his body...
Yeah. Well, it's caught. It just
I know, that's
clothes.
what I'm saying. Was he covered up his clothes? Like, that's just nuts that he ignited like that.
Yeah, it was very bad.
31 years ago, speaking of fires, 1994, Lisa Left Eye Lopez of TLC, formerly, set fire to a mansion of her then boyfriend
Atlanta Falcons wide receiver, Andre, is it Rison?
Yeah, that was a bad fire, man.
I mean, she destroyed his mansion.
Yeah, don't cheat, bro. Don't pay down the lines with her. And she goes, I told him.
Yeah.
I wasn't just going to throw.
I think she put a bunch of stuff in the bathtub and lit it on fire. And
Yeah.
then it just went, poof.
Yeah, she's like, I told him I just wasn't going to throw stuff out in the lawn.
Yeah.
She burned his house down. Wow, that's you don't want that. I mean, that's strong.
Didn't they stay together after that? I think so too.
And they made a donation to the fire department.
Oh my God.
Oh, those are some of the craziest things.
I was like, she burnt your mansion down. You guys are going to still be together?
But I was wrong and cheated.
Yeah. 19, you know what they say about crazy? 19 years ago in 2006, Pixar's Cars was released, starring Owen Wilson as the voice of Lightning McQueen. Then we have 8 years ago, 2017, Batman star Adam West lost his battle with leukemia. He was 88 when that happened. Same year, 2017, Gene Simmons attempted to trademark his devil horns hand gesture, even though it also is used in American Sign Language as a sign for I love you. A little different though, right? He later abandoned his application. 4 years ago, 2020, if you're a fan of this, Loki premiered on Disney Plus, and it ran for 2 seasons. And that's what happened this day in history on June 9th.
Great job, Franny. Yeah, I mean, not all, but I think a lot of people do have friends that might have a crazy relationship. One of my buddies recently, him and his girl broke up. Really, really bad. And then over the weekend, he called me. He goes, "Oh, can you give me a ride to the airport? We're going away next week." And I'm like, "Oh, you getting away? Maybe you're going, friends or whatever, Vegas. What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, no, me and the girl are going to Mexico." I'm like, "I thought it was just over. Like, how does that happen?" Then I got another buddy. He had a problem with his girl, bad, where the police got involved. And I haven't talked to him in a while. And he's like, "Gee, I'm going to be a dad." And I'm like, "Wow, you met somebody that quick?" He goes, "No, I'm still with her. We worked it out." I'm like, "Wow."
Well, maybe they worked it out because they found out she was pregnant.
I don't know. I didn't ask him that. But
Maybe it wasn't after the fact. Maybe she was.
Maybe you're right, Franny.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just not thinking. I need to put some Windex in my hair and just spray it on, just get the brain working. Speaking of somebody's brain's working all the time, who do we got on hold?
We have Vaughn on the phone.
Vaughn, what's happening? Are you back?
What's going on, G?
Vaughn, you don't sound good. What's up?
Yeah, start my day off bad news. Found out yesterday, my best friend, like my brother, he passed away, lost his fight with cancer.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen, but
Cancer
we
sucks.
always pray and hope for more time. But
Of course.
you take what you can get and just keep memory alive. So my wedding is going to be a little bit different now, but I am still going to be getting married. So
well, that's good.
Missed out on that information.
Did you move back yet?
Yeah, I'm actually back. I've been back for about a week now.
Oh, really? For good? Or I didn't even know that this was a thing.
Yeah, he's back. He moved back. He's getting married.
Oh.
I think when you were away.
Oh, you must have called while I was gone. Yeah.
No, I actually, for like the past month or two, have been calling, like popping in and out. But I got engaged back in April. So, I moved back to Florida.
Well, congratulations.
So, yeah, it's very different coming back now after being up there. And just, see what we can do differently this time.
Vaughn is going to work out, and we're glad you're back in Florida. Screw Minnesota. Boo! You're in the best state in the world, baby. Come on. And you got to be excited. You're getting married. That's a great time of your life. New beginnings. Things are going to work out. Obviously, sorry about the loss of your friend. That sucks. But I'm glad you're back here, and you're going to get married and start over, which is good.
Yeah, man. Franny, what, are you okay? Like I was told you got into an accident. What happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had an accident. I ended up not remembering about an hour of my life, but long story short, it broke my humerus. Everybody's just like, that doesn't look like a fracture, it looks like a break. If you're not aware, fractures they're a break.
Yeah,
it's the same,
it's the same thing.
I know I had people arguing with me, and I'm like, dude, a fracture is a break.
Yeah. I mean, you want me to do it to you? See how you feel?
Yeah, I had a spiral oblique fracture, and it was really nasty. And he even said when they had surgery that it was even worse when he opened me up. Like I had shards of my bone and my muscle they had to pick out.
Yeah, she's been through a lot.
Extremely painful. I dealt week and a half with just the broken bone and a splint, which sucked. And then I finally had surgery. So it's been surgery was on May 22nd. So yes, I have a plate and about 17 screws in my arm now.
Hey, the breaking humerus, that's no joke.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I found out. Yeah, it really sucked.
Was it your dominant arm or your?
No, thank goodness. Thank goodness. It was. I'm a righty. It was my left arm, but you still don't realize what you need both arms to do.
Of course, you take everything for granted.
You still don't. There's still a lot of things I can't do, but every day it gets better. So.
Yeah, she looks great, and thank God.
Like break your thumb or your big toe, and realize you'll realize quickly how much you can't use your hand.
Oh yeah,
once you break your thumb.
Yeah.
We take everything for granted in life. We take everything for granted until something happens, and then you're like, oh my God. Like, say you're driving down the road and you run out of gas. That's a big problem. You can't go anywhere.
It is. It's an issue, yeah.
You got to have to stick out the leg and the thumb and hitch a ride now.
Yeah, you can't hitch. Vaughn, we're glad you're back in Florida. I'm glad you got Minnesota out of your life. You're not going to miss ice fishing this year. So congratulations to you and your bride, which is always nice. And I hope everything works out.
Thank you, sir. And your invitation will be in the mail. I'm just going to send it to the station for everybody. You show up, you show up. If not, still love you.
Vaughn, you're very
Bye, Vaughn.
nice. You're very nice. And lots of good luck. That's always an exciting time when you're getting married. And I hope it works out and you guys have 50 years of bliss. How does that sound? Not bad, right? 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the show. Panthers tonight, what do you think? If you got an opinion, let us know.
I want them to win. We got to get a W tonight.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we definitely do. Where are you watching the game?
Oh, there's a story with that now.
Well, go ahead.
There's a story.
Okay, well, my buddy
I like story time.
The tickets that I got for Game 4, my buddy has the Game 3 tickets. He hit me up this morning right now. He's like, I can't make it tonight. So
Are you going to go?
He's offering me the tickets right now for the face value.
Yeah,
I was
nice.
like, do I
do
it?
I know Jason's going to be there, and I think he spent a lot of money on his tickets. So he's going to be sad if he hears you got him for face value again.
Yeah, again.
You should go.
You're like, damn it, Tom.
Now, who would you go with? One of your friends or the girl?
That's the decision I got to figure out.
Oh, take her. Come on. You got to take her.
Two games in a row?
Yeah.
So what?
I would take a budy. You're going to go with her in a couple days.
I know.
I take her. I take her all day long. Screw your friends. If you don't have a good night, she doesn't go to the next game. Tell her that. Based on your performance
that.
after the game, we're going to see if you're going to the next game.
That's in the G-Man's world.
No. Me, everything's carte blanche. Don't worry about it. No, I'm happy for you. That's good. So maybe do you have to leave early tonight, 12 o'clock?
No.
You got to get out early? This guy's a good friend. We got to take care of him. I mean, he's really come through.
He used to be a promo tech here.
Yeah, I don't think I remember him. But then again, I remember people I slept with.
Nope, you don't remember people.
So I'm not going to say anything like that. That is great. Now, would you ever take the tickets and then go down there and sell them for more?
I mean, I could just put them right on StubHub right away.
Wow, you can give him a piece.
I mean, he has them up right now anyway.
Oh, does he? Okay, so if they don't sell right away, they probably will. He's going to give them to you, or would he give them to you even without them selling?
He said,
well, not give them to you.
I got to decide if I want them or not. You know?
I mean, you're still buying them, but he's probably charging people on StubHub way more than he's going to charge you.
Yep.
Yeah, I would love to go, but I got Bible study tonight on Monday, so I can't go.
But
I think
I know. New York Prime. You got to be there.
You definitely should go. I mean,
it's a big game tonight.
Yeah, go. The World Stanley Cup, just a once in a life. This may never happen again. Go. Take her and have a good time and just maybe go down to Miami, stay for the night. Don't worry about work tomorrow. We'll tell the big boss. He went to the Panther game. Didn't you hear the show?
Oh, great.
He went to the Panther game. I was reading an article about Miley Cyrus, who's crazy. And she was talking about her drug. When she was really bad in drugs, she used to have to hide in front of her accountant. So she said she would buy vintage clothing. And she would tell him, like, I spent $15,000 on this or $15,000 on that. And that's how she hit her drug problem. But she's over it now. But she said, that's what she would put down. Like, she had vintage clothes, and that's what she would buy. And some vintage clothes are very, very expensive. Like, you can go to certain shops for a T-shirt, and it can be like $70, which is crazy. There's a store in Boca. Our good friend Jason Weiser's brother has a big vintage store in Soho. And, like, T-shirts or jackets, like, are really expensive. Like, you look at them, you're like, but there's a market for it. And people like it, especially the retro stuff.
Or that old sports jackets, like that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's like stuff that you have, you may not realize. They always talk about it. Like if you had money problems, go through your closet first of all. You might find something.
Yeah, go through your pockets.
Go through.
Like Greek. Like you might find cash, not things to sell. We've heard people who go to thrift shops and just go there specifically to take through pockets.
And they probably get stuff.
Every now and then, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, people forget.
Sure that's why they do it.
Yeah, they're not stupid. They go right through it. But you should definitely go to the game.
Yeah, should be fun. So that kind of sounds like a hassle, which some people might call annoying. And I like this. There's a lot of things that annoy us in life. We know. Probably people listening right now will be like, yeah, you guys annoy me. Little things that annoy Americans most. So they decided to ask, and something that could seem, seemingly small, but actually like pushes you over the edge, right? So they wanted to know, what are things that stress you out? The little things. And you can play along with us. I was repeating myself, and you can play along with us. 47142. Started off with Real Radio. That's the text line. I have it in front of me. And they said it turns out it doesn't really take much to annoy Americans. Not much. So when they asked them, they said nearly half of them admitted that spotting a person they'd much rather avoid stresses them out. Just seeing somebody they don't want to see can stress them out. Oh, yeah. So they said that's closely followed by a knock on the front door when they're not expecting guests.
Yeah.
Stresses people out.
Yeah, which is crazy. And they're like, oh my God, the door, who's there?
It's funny because we have the Ring camera, right? So we know, and it alerts us. And people don't knock that much anymore either. They just use the Ring doorbell cam. But if I'm home and my husband's not, like, I will text him and I'll be like, hey, can you talk to them via the camera and tell them that nobody's here? But I could probably easily do it, but I don't really mess with the app that much, and I know he does.
Oh, I feel you did that to me.
So from work, he can be like, hey, we're not home, or hey, we're not interested. He can talk to him.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, let's see. Respondents also shared some of the weird things that cause them stress, including the texture of my socks. Maybe get some new socks. Aluminum cans. What? And beeping sounds on the TV to cover swearing. The survey also asked what people do when they're stressed and need to calm down. And what topped the list was listening to music.
I was going to say Real Radio.
They said when they needed distress, more people would rather listen to their favorite song, artist, or band than their partner.
Oh, wow. That's so bad.
Others rely on deep breathing, meditation, snuggling their pet. The average American has used their go-to method to unwind for more than a decade now. They said about 84% consider whatever their method is, their go-to, very effective. For those who've tried CBD or THC to combat stress, say they do it by taking gummies. 30% use THC products daily to manage their stress levels. They said those who do feel it's working well reported that their stress levels have dropped by an average of 54% by utilizing the THC and CBD gummies.
Great.
Yeah. In general, 2/3 of respondents feel they get stressed out more easily today than they did 5 years ago. And around 3/4 of them say stress has negatively, of course, it's going to negatively impact their quality of life and their quality of sleep. So when they ask, hey, what stresses you out the most? This is what we got. So we have when somebody they see that they don't want to talk to shows up.
Well, I mean, I could see that if it was like a breakup or something.
Yeah,
you get, you don't want to see the person, like that's the last person you want to see. Or you're in a restaurant and somebody walks next to you, sits next to you that you had a beef with. You're like, oh God.
Yep, they have the knock on the front door when you weren't prepared for guests. People talking to them when they want silence. I think that's why nowadays, especially with Uber and Lyft, they offer you that a silent ride.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I have not been able to blow dry my hair on my own. So my sister was helping me out, and I would go to her salon, but she's in Tequesta. So I found there's some places that's just what they do. Yeah, I was like, I got to figure this out because it's getting expensive. But they have options when you book online for it. They have options if you want a stylist who won't talk to you.
Really?
Yeah, a quiet session.
God.
So everything. Some people just don't want to talk. They just want to sit there and get pampered. I get it.
But how do you
Maybe
tell them what you
distress.
want? How do you tell
Well,
them what you
no.
want?
Of course, you're going to tell them in the beginning. It's during the process.
I thought you just sit
They'll
down. You're like, just
talk
go.
to you. Oh my goodness.
You can play that drop. Dom.
They said when their Wi-Fi is lagging or cuts out, stresses them out. Listening to someone chew loudly. Yep, I get it. That stresses people out.
Yeah.
Phone calls when they're not expecting one. Well, it happens all the time. Someone near them breathing heavy stresses them out. Their alarm clock. Yeah. Text message alerts. Yeah, and their phone or notifications going off during a meeting is some of the top stressors daily.
It's on the show. It's different than a meeting. This is more important than a meeting I've ever had with anybody in management. Here's the two things for me. When somebody's on their cell phone talking loud, you know what I mean? They're next to the table and the whole conversation. And, like, you go with it for a couple minutes, and then, I'm tempted to say something like, bro, I don't want to hear your conversation. Like,
Or at the bar.
Yeah. Well, a restaurant or bar, outside.
Elevator.
Yeah. Well, elevators you don't worry about because a lot of phones don't work. Yeah. Annoys me if you go out to dinner with somebody and they break down the check individually for everybody with their phone. They got a calculator. Like, this is what it is. I don't want to hear that. Here it is. I'm throwing this in. Figure it out. Get out of here. 877-927-6969. Like to the right, Penny, too.
So we got a couple of things in the text line, including somebody let me know what happened with Richard Pryor, if this is correct.
Yeah.
47142 is a text line. Start off with Real Radio. They said Richard Pryor doused himself with rum before he caught on fire.
Oh, God.
Is that accurate? Did you hear that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
And then we have Franny. Great to hear. Great to hear you got to see Nikki Glaser. We said we really enjoyed the show, but the highlight for us was seeing the Greek at Ruth Chris. I swear I can still smell the Portofino. But I did hear from New York Prime, and the Greek is no longer welcome after cheating on them with Ruth Chris. He says from KC North Palm, and he's got a misspeak request. Dom, it's for 120. And then while you're getting that, I have another message. It says, good morning, Penthouse. Glad to see that Francis is back full time. We missed her Cougar Growl. Let's go Panthers. Wifey and I are playing hooky from work today.
Oh, nice.
We're headed to the Seminole Coconut Creek Casino to celebrate 30 years of wedded bliss.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, congratulations. We both got lucky this morning. So let's hope that luck, where'd it go? So let's hope that luck continues at the casino.
Nice.
Jackpot. Have a
Yeah.
great show. Love you guys. Yes, that includes you, Dom, wifey, and of course, huge ass. So happy anniversary.
Yeah, I think he did pretty good at the track Saturday. We were at the
30
track
years.
Saturday.
Yeah.
We had a very good, we had a very good time. Very lucky. You got to misspeak?
Yep.
This is your Greek Misspeak
Wednesday, the 23rd. You are correct.
Well, it's not about being correct. It's just being right.
I'm in love with you, Greek.
If you guys can hold out, we'll be back before you know it. It's a blink of an eye or a bar of a shot.
I love you, Greek.
You're going to the boat show. Your boat has come in. Haul anchor.
I love you, Greek.
Or I bet to 7 a lot of times because of Frank Sinatra.
All right.
That was his favorite color.
I love you, Greek.
Where's this at?
It's in Melbourne.
Oh, it was in Florida.
I love you, Greek.
I mean, you know what? One mouse opens, the next thing you know, you got an extra piece of cheese.
All right, Greek. I love you.
And I never really knew that about you until I found out about you.
I love Greek. I can work with Greek.
All of them are over $150, by the way.
Nice and icy.
I love you, Greek.
I think he goes over 100. Over 100? Between 85 and 103.
I love you, Greek.
I'm kidding. You're doing a great job today.
Thank you.
You got a Perry in the eye. Let me tell you.
I love you, Greek.
If I give you 100, there's a 1 on top. It's bad luck. It's like schmalluck. You know, you don't want schmalluck on you.
I love you, Greek.
Nikki Glaser was talking about that last night. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Again, if you guys want to get involved, you can text us or call us. Franny's back in the house, so the text line is open. We'll be back with some Florida stories and a lot more, and a giveaway at 11:45. Peace.
We're still your at-work station, even if your work happens to be on the kitchen table. Bed. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. The Stanley Cup Final is on Real Radio.
The Panthers are Eastern Conference champions in 2025.
Our Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the NHL playoffs to become Eastern Conference champions.
The final seconds tick away, and the Florida Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup Final for the 3rd year in a row.
The puck is dropping on an epic rematch for the Stanley Cup against the Edmonton Oilers. Real Radio is your official home of Florida Panthers hockey and the Stanley Cup Final. Catch every goal, every fight, every face-off on the way to victory. Not near a radio? Make Real Radio 92.1 a preset on the iHeartRadio app and stream the Stanley Cup Final anywhere. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Got some road construction on 95. That'll be northbound at Belvedere, currently blocking your right lane. Make sure you stay to the left of that. The turnpike's looking good so far, currently accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, it's a Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. Open 7 days a week with a 5-star restaurant. And this Saturday night, June 7th, it's UFC Championship Fighting. You can witness it at Monroe's. And if you like hockey, I can't think of a better place. Because if your team loses, you won't end up in a penalty box. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, and that's where all the beautiful ladies are. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hey, it's Megan, just putting you onto the spot. The Glass Chamber, your neighborhood smoke shop that somehow has everything. Vape gear, smoke must-haves, wild snacks you didn't even know existed, Tyson wraps, HQDs, Raz, you name it. They're always ahead of the game with the latest disposables and glass pieces that'll make your collection jealous. If you're not shopping at the Glass Chamber, what are you even doing? With 8 locations and online ordering at GlassChamberFL.com, getting what you need is a breeze. The Glass Chamber, everyone's favorite smoke shop.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no. So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh.
Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Monday. We will see some scattered rainfall across parts of the area, with a few thunderstorms lingering further inland near the lake later into the evening. It's a hot and humid one as well, with high temperatures near 90 degrees through the day, feeling close to 100 with humidity. Could see a few more storms returning for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
What the Florida is sponsored by FAMU's MMERI. Educate, Learn, Talk.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day so far, and you listen to Rover and his crew. Weather is just beautiful today. I mean, it's gonna be very hot though in the afternoon. So if you're working outside, drink plenty of fluids and take breaks every once in a while. Tell your boss, give me a break. It's hot. I'm sweating my ass off. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Franny's here.
What's up?
Dominic's debating whether or not he's going to Game 3. What time do you have to decide by?
Before someone else buys those tickets on StubHub for my friend, at least. I mean,
I think you should go. I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you never know what life brings you. You never know. Friday, something could be, who knows? You get hit by a firecracker. Franny's here, so thank God. We're going to get back to some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, we have a woman who thought that spraying an excessive amount of perfume would get her out of a DUI.
Really?
And it didn't. In fact, it was more of a sign to be like, have you been drinking? So, yep, a drunk driving suspect, they said, poured on the perfume prior to a traffic stop. This happened in the villages. And they said that, of course, she was trying to escape conviction of driving under the influence. Like, maybe she won't smell the booze on me if I have all this perfume. Stephanie Miller, 30 years old. They said she did finally have her day in court, but they said that she was driving and she was going about 70 miles per hour in a 45 zone around 2 in the morning. Yep.
that in itself, like, you got a couple drinks in you. Why are you speeding?
Yeah. And she ran a red light.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so she's doing all the things wrong to get pulled over.
My God.
So during the traffic stop, they said, of course, the usual, watery eyes, glassy, bloodshot. They said that she appeared to be disoriented and that she was like laughing like a crazy person. I'm like, all right, this is odd. They also noted that her vehicle was damaged. And they said it looked like pretty recent damage, that she was in a collision. And that she was emitting a distinct odor of an alcoholic beverage. But they said she was also saturated with some sort of perfume. And they were just like, right away, they're like, we don't even need to smell the booze. And like, don't make it worse for you when you're that. And that's what they said. They opened the door and the perfume just hit them in the face. And right away, they were just like, all right, it's 2 a.m. Unless you're going to a booty call, I don't know. She refused to participate in any field sobriety exercises and did not provide a breath sample. So, I mean, either way, she's going to get her license taken away for a year.
But they always say, if you know you're over the limit, don't take it.
Well, and that's what I think, that I did see that her charges were reduced to reckless driving.
That's amazing.
And so, she got placed on probation for 6 months and had to do community service.
Wow, she's lucky. That's amazing. Usually it's a year if you refuse.
I did not know this was a thing. So she got a 20. Well, no, it is a year.
Yeah.
Probation? No, a year is a license situation.
Oh, okay. But then probation too.
Yeah, probation for 6 months.
Okay.
But I didn't know this was a thing. Did you know? So she was ordered 25 hours of community service for probation, but you can buy out your service at a rate of $10 per hour. So if you don't want to do any community service, you just pay them $250.
I did know somebody who did that.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, I did. Now that you mentioned it, I know somebody who did it, who had something similar, and he bought it out. I didn't know it was either. Like, you just buy it. It's like everything else. You can buy your way out of trouble,
guess
Dom.
so, right?
There you go, Dom.
That's nuts. So a dude known as Mr. Charitable, they found out wasn't so much. So this guy, his last name is Charitable. That's why he's known as Mr. Charitable. So they said he was anything but charitable after he is accused of renting out an apartment that he didn't own. I knew a girl who did this.
Really?
Yeah. So 34-year-old Stefano Charitable of North Miami Beach posted Facebook Marketplace that he had an apartment for rent, Fortune House Hotel. He reported that somebody did agree to sign the lease, sent it to Charitable for $2,700. Police and Charitable told the victim to send, Charitable told the victim to send the money through Zelle to another name, Liliana Romero. So an electric copy of the lease was sent to the victim, who was told that he could move in July. Well, when the victim, was looking into things and they were like, all right, they were looking, and the building management told him, like, hey, this guy has been misleading renters into believing that he owned the unit when in fact he doesn't. So the victim told police that Charitable agreed to meet up with him and return the $2,700, but shocker, he never showed up.
That sucks.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Yes. So they were able to find him via a photo lineup, and the guy was able to spot him out. And he was charged with an organized scheme to defraud and grand theft. And then finally here, just a little fun people are having with that Sheriff Lopez. So that was the guy with the racketeering and felony counts and gambling. Yes. So charged with 2 felony counts of racketeering, facing a prolonged suspension from his position, if not fired yet. They're saying prolonged suspension as the sheriff, Osceola County, Marcos Lopez. So he has more pressing challenges than having, and it's happening. But now, of course, he's a source of mockery on social media. So the outrage over his alleged activity is pretty notable. Memes on Facebook are everywhere right now. And many of them, memes and posts, have touched on similar themes. The perceived hypocrisy on display, of course, of Lopez. So they said during his tenure, he would often post on Facebook about the suspects his deputies had apprehended. And a lot of them were similar crimes to what he was busted for.
Can't beat him, join him. Can't beat him, join him.
Yep. So they said hours after his arrest, someone decided to turn his tagline against him, because I guess he has a tagline.
Yeah.
So it says, I haven't been shy about my lack of taste for him since he was elected the first time, this one person said. She's a manager of a sports bar. And so they decided to change up their graphics for their restaurant. It featured a picture of Lopez, his mugshot, that now said wanted. The poster advertised a new name for the restaurant's cheeseburger called the Charlatan Burger, because that's one word he would use to describe these criminals. And they said, I just don't feel like he's ever put the citizens first, and it's just been about him. So looks like a lot of people just don't even like the way he handled business even to begin with before he got busted. So we don't know. That story is still going on. I have somebody who is working internally that I know with that situation up in Central Florida. They were even saying, like, as of Friday, they were waiting outside of his house, law enforcement was, and he hadn't left in like 2 days.
Oh, God.
They were waiting for him to leave his house so they could, go. They said it was a mess.
I can only imagine.
A mess. But yeah, a couple other people have been arrested since then. And that is You're With the Florida.
Great job, Franny. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05. Always stories about Florida, which never get old or boring. They're always unique and always odd, unbelievable stories. And a lot of times when I hear them, I'm like, I can't believe it, but it's right here in Florida. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. Maybe something happened over the weekend that was good. Panthers. Are you excited about the Panthers possibly winning a back-to-back cup? Should Dom go tonight with the game? How about, do you have to buy both tickets or one?
Yeah, I mean, I have to buy both.
And how about if you take her? Would she chip in? Like if you say you want to buy one ticket? You don't
I'm not going to.
You don't want to do that.
No.
That's not right. Because you're taking a game 4. So maybe you buy them both and charge her a little extra.
I wouldn't charge her anything.
What?
I'm
Charge
kidding.
her extra for what?
I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
was
kidding.
confused.
Oh, wait. Let's go to what you were talking to me during the break for a second, G-Man.
All right. So last night at Nikki Glazier, there was a million girls, and there was this one girl
Okay.
sitting there. She was sitting at a table as I was cutting through with my one friend and another guy. She was very attractive. You could see her. Like, we connected eyes. So I was like, wait a
And your
minute.
jaw dropped.
No, it didn't drop. I was just like, wow, she's pretty. So I said, I got to go around. So my buddy was like, I thought you don't drink. You don't want to get in line? I said, no, I want to check out this girl. And he's like, are you serious? You're going to go back? I'm like, yeah.
Double back.
Yeah, I got to figure it out, you know? I got to figure something out. And then I'm like, well, can I get in line? Because the line was where she was sitting. There was these little tables. So I figured if I got in line, I would be right next to her, like as close as me and Fran.
Okay, and just hoping she would spark up a conversation with you?
I was going to try to, like, say something.
Okay.
It's G-Man. He's going to, of course, say
Okay.
something.
I was going to say, like, were you just on a plane from Newark Airport to West Palm? Because I was sitting next to a girl behind me who was stunning, but you're more attractive. Was that you? Is your name Cindy? And hopefully your name wasn't Cindy. And she said, no. And I went, oh, what's your name? And then went from there.
So what happened? You did it? Didn't happen?
No, they wanted to go back to their, they wanted to get to the seats.
Oh, man.
And
Now,
That
Franny,
was such an unfulfilling story.
what do you feel about that line? His airport line.
I could have changed it to a restaurant. Were you in a restaurant?
I feel like I've heard this before. Have you said that you've used something like this before? Or
No.
I think he has.
I was going to say, this sounds very familiar, and
You can
unless I'm
change it
having
up.
deja vu.
You could change it up. Dolphin game. We got the Panther game, whatever. You could change it up. I mean, again, she said, she'd probably be like, no, get away from me. And I was going to even offer her a
Yeah,
drink.
but your line was really weird, though, because you were like, hey, were you so-and-so, and da-da-da, and, sitting behind me in an airplane. You look like her, but you're a lot prettier. But what if it was her? You're like, oh, cool, that was me, but you're saying I'm prettier than that version. I don't know. There's holes in your...
We don't think these things out.
There's holes.
Yeah, there's holes.
You got holes in this thing. May sink.
You never know.
May sink.
And
It's
then
50-50.
And then probably 90-10, no. Then I figured if I was in line, I could have said to her, hey, would you... Because most
Well, you
people-
are lying.
No, I said if I was in line, I thought maybe I could ask her for a
And then
drink.
if I was lying, I'm like, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Then I figured I could offer her a drink. But she was sitting with like 3-4 girls.
Oh, okay.
So then you got to buy the whole table. You can't just buy one. Because you buy one, then you look like a scumbag. You can't be like, can I get you
Well,
a
it didn't matter
drink?
because you didn't do it because you decided to go and sit with your friends instead. Didn't you have your own ticket? You could have made your move and then went by yourself to go find your seat.
I didn't want to leave. I was in
All
cast.
right.
I thought it was nice that I did that. And it would probably not. We probably would have crashed. It's just more fun to chase.
She could have been the one.
I doubt it.
Look at you, missed out.
Yeah.
Like the girl with the Nikes,
Yeah.
missed out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, the girl with the Nike's still out there.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Damn.
See, look at you.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
gotta take that shot sometimes.
Yeah.
There was a few people from Real Radio listeners last night that I saw, which was very nice.
Yeah, probably Kara and Casey.
No, a couple more
Oh, okay,
people
good.
saw me and
Nice.
said hi. And they asked me where you were. And I'm like, she's here, but she doesn't want to say hi to me. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. We always throw out topics, but you guys can ask us whatever you would like. It's up to you, whatever you want. Just give us a call. The text line is open. Franny is here. We had it closed for about a few weeks when she was out. So now it is open. The big debate today is, should Dominic spend some extra cash and go to game? I say you only live once.
Same price as
Mm-hmm.
what you paid for Thursday's game?
Go for it. Take a shot. You'll have a great time.
I mean, you're going in 2 days too, so it just depends. I mean, if you're trying to save some money.
And I'm going to game 6.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be going to game 6 with the buddy that's dropping out today.
Yeah. I mean, you've got two other games you can go to.
Oh, so you are going to 6?
Yeah, with him, the guy that's dropping out of the games today.
And you're going to game 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's a little excessive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't realize you were going 2 more games. And, yeah, that's a lot. All right, so don't go. Maybe just meet her and go watch a game someplace.
That's a possibility.
You could do that. And just say, hey, we could have been there.
My girlfriend just took over. It used to be Brick and Barrel. It still is right now, but she just took it over. It's next to Jumbie, and we were there to support her. Her and her husband bought it, and they've been doing really well on Friday nights. But they were having Panthers, and she said that they're going to do them all the time, Panthers watch parties.
Oh, cool.
And they had a good turnout, yeah.
That's right.
Yep, they did. So is the way that you sleep, can it make you look old? Now, I don't know if it happens to everybody, and that's why you should moisturize your chest. But sometimes, like when you sleep, sometimes people get like the deep lines from sleeping on their chest or whatever it is, and eventually they will go away. But if you do that all the time, they say that those lines can stick. But so you just got to train yourself to sleep different ways. But they said for some of us, falling asleep and staying asleep through the night is a huge accomplishment. I know. I've been it's like clockwork, waking up at 4 a.m. every day. And I'm just like, that sucks.
But you're going through something.
I know. I can't get comfortable. But they said an effort and the perfect environment takes some planning too. And it says, yeah, it's a pretty huge accomplishment. But while we're tossing and turning in the search for the most comfortable spot, it turns out the way we sleep could actually be making us look older than we are. So they say some positions can push and pull our skin while we're lying in bed. And that compression and friction can actually lead to wrinkles and premature skin sagging.
Just by one night?
They said, well, no, if you're doing this every night, G-Man.
Okay.
Sleep is essential. You sleep every night. Sleep is essential for cellular Jesus.
So cute.
I should say that about you. Jesus, you're like, just for one night of sleep? No.
Oh, my God.
This is sleeping in general all the time. Sleep is essential for cellular repair, skin regeneration. It's Demi Moore who, she says, and she looks phenomenal, that a lot of reason is because she gets good sleep. She does. She prioritizes it.
She bangs younger guys.
But they say, but the way to sleep can significantly influence how our face and chest age. And I noticed this. I have a girlfriend specifically, and she's like, it's because I'm a stomach sleeper and I can't help it. But yeah, it's a certified cosmetic surgeon was talking about it. It says when we repeatedly sleep on our side or stomach, the skin is compressed against a pillow, and it creates this mechanical stress. And they said with time, it causes those creases in your skin and sleep lines on your face, which then eventually become permanent wrinkles. Our cheeks, jaws, chest are those areas that are most likely to suffer the consequences from that stomach sleeping. So they said try not to do it. And I have had to sleep on my back for almost a month now because of my injury. But before that, I would lay down on my back to go to sleep, but I would wake up the next morning on my stomach. So I tear like I'm sleeping.
And you never know
I
how.
don't know. Well, of course, if I sleep, I'm rolling over. But so they're like, all right, well, what can you do? Start with sleeping on your back if you can. That's what I do, but I end up on my stomach anyways. They say that is the most skin-friendly position. Is it elevate your head slightly, reduces puffiness in your face, just a little elevation. Use silk pillowcases. I do.
Ooh.
Yep. It can reduce friction, unless you like friction, and prevent creasing in the face. Those silk pillowcases, yeah, definitely do them. And ladies are good for your hair, too.
Silk pillowcases are nice.
Yeah, they just feel good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I got into those a couple years ago. Won't go back. Once you go silk, you don't go back.
It's like going to a basketball game. You sit courtside, you're not sitting anywhere else. Nope. Good to know. Silk pillowcases. You can get them on sale at certain spots. Who we got on hold?
We have Steven on the phone.
Steven, how are you? Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Penthouse, and welcome back, Francis.
Hi, what's going on, Steven?
Well, first of all, thanks for the visual. I just pictured you waking up on your belly. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it very much.
Waking up on your belly.
Francis. Sheesh.
You're so welcome for that.
It's a nice visual. I mean, if you're taking visuals, it could be worse. It could be Dom. Dom goes to sleep with clothes on and wakes up naked.
We can't all be you, Creek. You do the what the Florida stories. I got two what the Nashville stories. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, of course.
I took my friend, my lady friend, for her birthday to Nashville, and then we went to Gatlinburg. But when we were in Nashville, we were staying at the Omni, and they had an all-you-can-eat buffet down there. and it was great. But by the time I was done, my stomach was rumbling. Like, oh my God, I got to go to the bathroom right now. So we get upstairs to the floor.
Okay.
And the room is like a mile away from the elevator, and the whole way down the hall, like, we get to the room, and the keys don't work.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, man. What'd you do?
So now I had to go all the way another mile back to the elevator, downstairs, to where the bathrooms were, down in the lobby.
Just clenching your butt cheeks together.
Whoa.
Oh, that sucks.
I almost went. Anyway, I get to there's one freaking stall in there, and there's somebody in it. Turns out the guy that comes out like 3 minutes later, and I'm dying. A homeless guy.
Oh, my goodness.
In the bathroom. Like, oh, God, what are you doing here, buddy? Get out of here. So then I was done, finally. I made it in time, and I went over to asked for the MOD, the manager on duty, and I said, does this look like a happy face to you?
I'm sorry you had to go through that, especially around your lady friend.
That's pretty brutal. Yeah. That's pretty brutal.
She was waiting upstairs, waiting for me to come back to the keys.
Did she know you weren't feeling good during the whole thing?
No, I was still great until that morning.
No, but I'm saying, did she know you were going through that? Like, I'm really feel sick?
Oh, yeah. Well, I told her I got to go downstairs to go to the bathroom. She goes, okay, go do it. But she didn't want to follow me down.
Which is nice.
She hung out in the hallway.
It's nice and smart on her part.
You got that right. All right. So anyway, I got one of the nights comped.
Nice.
Because you got sick from the buffet? Or because of bathroom?
No, because the keys didn't work.
Oh, the key.
Wow, so they comped you a night.
They comped you because of that?
That's nice.
Right?
For one key.
They would just fix my key and just be like, all right, here, sorry about that.
Yeah, here's the new key. I never heard somebody getting comped. You must be a big shot.
Not after that stop. Not after that story.
Oh, is that why? Did you tell them exactly what happened? And they just felt bad for you?
Exactly what happened. Except I was a little more graphic.
Oh my God. They were like, here, one night. We don't want to hear anymore.
Yeah, really. Don't come back. You cannot be serious.
What an experience. Anyway, everybody was so gracious. The staff was great. We ended up with not one, not two, but 3 bottles of champagne in the room because it was her birthday.
Oh,
and
nice.
every time she went somewhere, she goes, it's my birthday. And sure enough, another bottle of champagne.
Oh, that's very nice.
Very nice.
Oh, it was great. It was fantastic.
Well, it sounds like they took care of you guys.
Oh, yeah, they did. They took care of us great. So now, story number 2.
Oh.
This is a real What the Nashville story. So now we drive 4 hours.
Wait, did you say What the Nashville? I thought you said something else at first, and I was like, no, that's the first story. I thought you said, what's the a-hole?
Nope, that's the first story.
Okay, another was in Nashville. Continue on.
Nashville.
Got it.
Nashville. So we went to Gatlinburg for a couple of days and took 4 hours to come back. There was not one but 2 Buc-ee's on the way back. I had to stop at one of them. She'd never been.
I get it. I made both stops too.
Her eyes were just popping out of her head. Not one, not 2, but 3 T-shirts later.
I got one when I went to Rockville.
I got a bathing suit. Like, do I need it? Probably not, but it's got the Buc-ee's beaver all over it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we make it all the way back to the airport. So I picked up the car at the airport before we left Nashville and drove all the way back, dropped off the car, and now we're waiting for the flight to go back to Fort Lauderdale, right? So the flight right next to us was the flight to, I know you're running out of time.
No, good.
I'll make it quick, to LaGuardia.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, this guy just started up with a commotion. I'm like, what's all the screaming about? Anyway, the cops come and warned him several times, if you don't calm down and cooperate, we're going to tase you. Several times, okay? This guy got tased.
Wow.
Fell to the floor. I thought I was in an episode of Cops. I couldn't believe my eyeballs. And this guy was screaming.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't feel good.
I've never seen that before in my life, and I never want to see it again. And there are your two national stories.
Well, thank you.
What
for
did your girl
those.
say when the guy was getting tased?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What'd your girl say when the guy was getting tased?
Oh, my God. Her mouth was just wide open and just like, couldn't believe it.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest, now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody get tased before. Have you?
No.
No? Have you, Dom?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think I have. In person. Obviously
Hangover.
television.
Hangover.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Television I have, but never in person.
Guess what? It's much worse in person.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. But you know what? If you get out of line with the police, that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, they had a whole battalion show up for this guy, and said, "Stop touching me! Stop touching me! You can't call your supervisor! Call your supervisor! If you don't calm down, you're going to get tased." And they were so cool, calm, and collected until they shot him. Unbelievable. Anyway, there's your two stories. Thanks for listening, and welcome back, Franny. Glad to hear you.
Thank you, Steve, and thanks for the funny stories, too.
All right, there you go. Have a great one.
Bye.
That is a unique story.
I'm laughing. Greek's so grossed out.
Oh, yeah.
He does not like bathroom humor or stories or whatever. He'd rather just go underneath the desk or get out of here.
I don't know if I even want him back to the room. I think I'm out. I'm going to sell you a couple $100. I'll see you when we get home. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta and your chance to win tickets to a country concert. There's only one word you can say, but it's two. Yeehaw! Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
According to the TSA, they said if it's a solid food item, it can go through a checkpoint. However, if you can spill it, spray it, pump it, spread it, or pour it,
Twist it.
I knew the bop it thing was going to come into play.
I'm just glad we both picked Twist It.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only, or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Taking a look at some construction here in West Palm Beach. That's going to be 95 northbound at Belvedere, blocking your right lane. Stay to the left of that, delays along the approach. Aside from that, looking pretty good so far on the turnpike. Currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Got a daily driver, a classic muscle car, or a full-blown resto mod? Hey, it's Franny, and sell it to GiveMeTheVin.com. They want them all. And don't forget their big $25,000 cash giveaway. Every month they're giving away $25,000, and there's two ways to do it. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's at GiveMeTheVin.com or GMTVCC.com for your collectibles.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
That's you, looking at your garage door. And you're wondering, if it gets windy, just how much can this door take? 20 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour? Sure, if we get a little wind, your buddy says if you back the car up against it just right, you can probably save it. But what's your clever plan the next time we get a storm with a name? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Storm-rated doors are built to withstand heavy winds, even if your building codes aren't there yet. It's like the door to the safe that protects your whole house. Stronger materials, heavy-duty motors and springs to handle the weight, and reinforced struts to keep it from bowing out in the wind. How do I know it won't bow? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll make sure you're prepared the next time a storm with a name comes sailing across the Gulf of Mo.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
The NBC Nightly News.
From one era to the next.
I'm Tom Brokaw.
We hope to see you back here.
I'm Lester Holt.
Trust is the anchor.
For NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Yamas.
A new chapter begins. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas. Evenings on NBC.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-200-1966. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-200-1966. That's 800-200-1966 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Summer starts early in Florida, which means we get more beach time, more sunshine, and more time to enjoy refreshing, sweet, and juicy Florida watermelon. The best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. There's sunshine in every bite.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Saturday saw the first games of the brand new AUSL Pro Softball League, with each of the 4 teams in action. The Bandits defeated the Talons 3-1 in Rosemont, Illinois, the first win in league history. And Saturday night in Wichita, Kansas, the Bolts bested the Blaze 5-1 in extras. A 3-run homer from Mackenzie Clark, part of a 4-run 8th inning for the Volts. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by Precision Garage Door of South Florida. Precision Door, a name you can trust.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Maren Morris opens up like never before about why she left country music, and this is an interview you don't want
want to skip. Plus, did you know Megan Thee Stallion is a huge Sex and the City fan? Well, she sat down with Kristen Davis, and she's got some pretty hot takes on the show. And if you live for true crime Tonight is now on iHeartRadio 5 nights a week, diving deep into the biggest cases and celebrity scandals you don't want to miss.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio 921 101.7 on the TC. Dominic's in the house.
Yo.
Of course, Francis is here.
What's up?
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
So Derrick Henry is with the Ravens. He is a stud, one of the best running backs in the NFL. He's a big fan of Adam Sandler. So they talked about this last week where he's such a big fan that Adam Sandler said if he rushes for over 2,000 yards, he'll put him in his next movie. And Derrick Henry is very excited about this.
I can go out to dinner with them, too.
Well, he should. I mean, whatever. But that's a good thing. Will he have a chance to rush for 2,000 yards? That's a fantastic season in the NFL. I don't know how many guys have done it. I'm thinking between 9 and 12 off the top of my head. But, man, that's unbelievable. But it just shows you, like, you know what? Even football players, baseball players, whoever stars there are always people they're fans of. So Adam Sandler threw it out there. We'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll be talking about that all football season long. But Adam Sandler said, hey, he can be in my next film. And don't forget his Happy Gilmore 2 is going to be out before you know it. And that's got a ton, we've talked about it, of cameos in there by golfers and a lot of ball players. Kelsey's in that. So we'll see the connection.
Well, they said that he doesn't have to do the 2,000 rushing yards. They said, I think Sandler contacted him and confirmed that, yeah, you're going to get the movie role anyways.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like no Karen in front of that.
Yeah, he confirmed the movie role and dinner were both there on the table for him.
I think that's nice. I think that's great. He was on a podcast talking about that. He's a big fan of Adam Sandler. And the next thing you know, things started happening, and it worked out. Last night in the NBA Finals, there was a game. It was Game 2 in Oklahoma City. It was a very weird line if you were betting with Hard Rock. The line went up. In the first game, Oklahoma City got beat. So you think the line would go down. And this is what adds to all the people thinking things are scripted and fixed and everything like that. Oklahoma City blew them out. Carlisle, after the game, gave Alexander a great comment. He said, when they're on the plane, just put in he's going to score 34. That's an amazing thing to say. I mean, basically, he's saying he's unstoppable. I think he went 11 for 12 from the foul line, which was unbelievable. But that series is tied 1-1, and it shifts to Indiana. We'll see what happens. Our Panthers are playing tonight, Game 3, down right in our backyard, about 40 minutes from our station. So if you guys get a chance, if you want to listen, we have it on Real Radio, 921 and 101.7. 7:30, I believe, is the pregame, and 8 o'clock the puck drops. So there it is. You got the Panthers on Real Radio. We've had them for 3 years, and guess what? 3 years in a row, we're in the Stanley Cup. So we're not saying it's because of Real Radio, but it's because of Real Radio. Green Trifecta is sponsored by Polar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza in Deerfield. Peace.
So we got a couple texts, and then I'm going to get into something else. But 47142 is the text number. You just have to type in Real Radio. That's how I get the message. So it says, speaking of the movie Cars, it says, I wonder how many people have noticed this creepy fact that there's no people in the movie, yet there's sidewalks. Huh. So what are the sidewalks for if there's no people to utilize them? No, I never noticed that. Now, Dom, going to Game 3 also. Pound the Oilers. Free money.
Oh, my God.
That's Kevin from Port St. Lucie.
I forgot all about that. So are you trying to break your streak, Dom? Like, if you go to the next game, will that be since the last
Wait,
game?
did they win the last one you were at?
No, they didn't.
Don't go to any more games. You and this girl. Both games you've been to, they've
No,
lost.
we only went to one. We only went to
I
one.
thought you went to two.
No, we're going on Thursday.
Oh, okay. All right. Whew. All right. We're good. Okay. So, yeah. So maybe this should be it.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to think because you were telling him to go, and I was like, no, don't go. I don't know.
Oh,
We'll see.
man.
We'll see. We'll see on Thursday. If they lose again, then you're not going to game 6.
Well, if you lose with her, but then you game 6, you go with the guy, it's a little different.
It is. I kid. One person is not going to ruin the
Yeah.
But there's people out there believe it.
Oh, yeah.
In
I know
all
they
areas.
do.
I told you about my one friend Dan, who'll bet 10. People make him bet like money on the game, $5, just so they'll win the bigger bet. And once you get that in your head, like you're a jinx or there's something wrong, and again, it doesn't even matter out in the atmosphere, but people get that feeling, especially sports fans and gamblers. Oh, gamblers.
Superstitious. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. We were at the track Saturday afternoon, and we went to 10 Palms, and we were sitting at the bar. So we were sitting at the corner bar, a bunch of our friends, and this guy came over. I was at the end, and he said to me, "Can I sit there? Because that's my lucky stool. And when I sit there, I usually win." So if I got up, there was no more seats. It was the Belmont was packed. I'm like, bro, that's good and all, but sorry.
Hopefully it rubs off on me. That's what I would have said.
No, after I hit the first race, I let him sit down. I go sit down. I'll bang around. But people, like and then it gets in your head. Like, say you went tonight and they lost. Then you might not want to go to game 4. Because then you'd be like, oh. But it has nothing to do with it. Don't think you're a jinx at all. Do you think that at all? No, it has nothing to do with it at all. I mean, people will jump on the wagon. Like, if you
like
go
Kevin.
Yeah, like Kevin. Like, if you go
More
tonight and you
Tennessee.
lose, oh, my God. Then you might. But see, if you go with her, say you went tonight and they won, and then you took her, she could be the jinx. It's not really, you know what I mean? That's what you got to look at. You could be like, hey, she's the jinx, not me, because I already won. Maybe you should. You might have to go tonight for science. You might have to.
Is that what we're going to do for science
You
now?
have to go for science. They should actually give you free tickets so they can figure this out. That you should go, just figure it out. Is the jinx alive? Greek trifecta. What were we going to do? Did I do this already? Did I do the Pollard thing? I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
It kind of went off, and I have no idea.
Yeah, we did that.
And I was going to do something, but I know that we have a prize giveaway, too, so I was going to wait for that, too.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
All right, so this is the number to call, 877-927-6969 for a good time. That's the number to call. Or for concert tickets. Who are they trying to win tickets for?
Jake Owens
And?
Dirty Heads.
Jake Owens and Dirty Heads. Woo! Where's that at?
I think right here.
Yep, October 24th. I think Financial Amphitheater, a little country, a little what I call white boy reggae. It's going to be a good show.
They actually just announced 3-6 Mafia is coming there too soon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. These are so tempting. Did you watch UFC over the weekend?
I did.
See President Trump was there?
I did see he was there.
I'm so confused. Were we starting to do a giveaway and then you just changed
Yeah,
it
he
up
did.
again?
No.
Jesus Christ. You said 877-927. What are we giving away? All right. Okay, let's talk about something else.
It's a movie train.
Focus on one thing.
I'm focused on one thing.
No, you're not.
Give us a call.
Oh, my God.
877-927-6969.
Oh, Jesus.
Franny's back in the
Can I leave at 12 again? Can I just do 2 hours? That'd be great.
You don't know how many people told me, like, oh, man, she's got great hours. She's got great hours.
Can I?
I'm like, yeah. He said, oh, it's too much for me. I can't. I thought I could have it before I can't. The doctor said Franny can only work her first 2 hours, but she's going to stay today to 2 o'clock. Dom, are we ready?
I know. I wasn't working. I was doing the gator, too. So it's not like I was just working 2 hours a day.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know I don't care about the gator.
I do.
I know you do. I don't.
It pays my bills.
We got somebody?
We do. We have Rob on the phone.
All right, Rob. How are you, Rob?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, Rob. I guess we're playing Greek's Casino. Is that correct, G-Man?
Oh, yeah. I said it a few times.
I did. I don't listen.
We don't listen to you.
No.
You know how the game works, buddy?
I think so. Yeah, I listen. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so you got to make a selection.
Give me a brief. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to give it to you right now. It's a roulette wheel, so you got a choice between black or red, odd or even, first 18 or 19 to 36.
All right, let's do black.
A little upset. Somebody moved my roulette wheel and they chipped it.
They chipped it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, who was here this
Well,
weekend?
I was going to say
That means I win.
Yeah, there's only one other show in here.
What did you say?
Black.
You said black?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's it's 00. I'm sorry, green.
Ooh.
That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
That's the same. All right.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Well, thanks for listening. Who do you got next?
Next up we have is Jason.
Jason, what's happening, Jason?
Hey, Greg, how's it going today?
It's going good. Franny's back in the studio 4 hours. How lucky am I? Are you kidding me? She's thinking about it. She's really she doesn't think like I have feelings about all this stuff, but it affects me.
I didn't even say anything.
I
did have hand gestures, yes.
What do you got? What are you going to select?
Black.
All right, here we go. As we talk, we are spinning. Who are you going to take to the concert if you win?
Probably my 11-year-old daughter.
Oh, that's nice.
That'll be fun.
All right, well, let's hope you win.
Cool, thank you.
It's still spinning. Can always bounce around.
Yeah, I feel bad because you want to take your daughter, but it's 12 red. Sucks.
Oh, man.
We got to be doing this all week, so try again.
Try again. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too.
Who's next?
Next up we have is Rick.
What's up, Rick?
Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back, Franny.
Thank you, Rick.
Rick, what is your selection? Black or red, odd or even, first 18 or 19 to 36?
Let's go 19 to 36.
There it is. Rick, who are you going to take if you win?
A really good friend.
Oh, nice. All right. Man. What did you say?
19 and 36.
Number one, red.
Oh,
Damn.
son of a biscuit.
Yeah, the casino's been winning a lot
Thank
lately.
you guys.
No, thank you. What do you got next there, dumpster?
Next up we have is Dave.
Dave, what's happening, Dave?
Hey, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Has that been your name your whole life, Dave?
I'm sorry?
Has that been your name your whole life?
Yeah, as long as I can remember.
All right, cool. What's your selection?
Let's try black.
Oh, man, people love the black. All right.
Got to hit eventually, right?
It doesn't. Oh, it's spinning. And it is 27 red. Thanks for listening, though, bro. We're doing this all week, so keep trying. Who you got, Dom?
Next up we have is Matt.
Hello, Matt. How are you, buddy?
Very good. It's Matt with 2 T's.
Okay, I was just going to ask that. Is it Matt with 2 T's?
I love he didn't even need you to ask. He was like, I got this.
I was just going to ask. Is it Matt with 2 T's? What are you selecting, Matt?
I'm going even.
Even. All right, let's go. Come on, we need a winner for the Greek Casino. So far, we've been kicking ass in a bad way. Ooh, you got a good spin, though. I'm still mad somebody chipped my red one. Oh, sorry.
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. We'll go to the camera. Ooh, man, this is a great spin.
It's still going round and round, and that ball's still moving. Oh no.
Not good. Zero.
Yeah.
Green.
Another. That's the second 0 green.
Man, this is bad. Thank God the phone lines are jammed. Who do you got next?
Next up we have is Cliff.
Cliff, what's happening, Cliff?
What's happening, Greek? How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. Who are you going to take to the concert if you win? Because I think you're the man. Who are you going to win? Who's going with you?
I'm taking my girl.
Oh, that's
my
nice.
girlfriend's again. Yeah.
All right, what's your selection going to be?
Odd.
Odd? All right, good.
Yeah.
Who are we to stand in front of love? We want it to work out for you. Somebody, come on. Ooh. And you said you're taking your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you guys are going. It's 23 red. Odd. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank God. God, I thought we were going to do this till 2 o'clock.
We got ourselves a winner. Yeah, no, just hang on so Dom can get all of your information and we can get you those tickets for that show happening October 24th.
Nice. Thank you, Dominic, for all your help. You are a spectacular person, and you make this country better. 877-927-6969. If you want to call us on anything else. The weekend was here. Did you do anything special? Father's Day is coming up. Don't forget, Dad. We'll remind you all week. Maybe you want to special request out to your dad and give him a shout-out. Tell him what a great guy he is and how much you love him.
Oh, you can utilize this whole entire week if you want to do that for Father's Day. But I know this is a big weekend. There's a lot of things going on. That big Metallica show was in Tampa. Florida, that Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah.
I know my husband he's on his way back now, but he did Friday and Sunday night, and he said it was one of the best shows he's ever been to. He said it was so good.
I think Johnny C went.
Yeah. He did. He reached out to me to see if I was going, and I was supposed to go originally, and I just was responsible. I was like, I don't know if a Metallica show is the best place for me to be, and I know nobody would try to hurt me on purpose, but I'm small, and it happens, and there's a crowd, and I would get bumped around, and that kind of show, people like to get in it, right? They get into the music. They do. They start mosh pits. All this stuff. So I just didn't think it was a good idea. And I also didn't want my husband and my buddy Timmy to stress watching over me, too. I wanted them to have a blast. And they did. They had a great time.
Now, when you were out last night, were you worried about it at all? Like bumping into people?
No, it's a Kravis Center.
No, but there's still a lot of people.
No. I wasn't worried. Yeah.
I was worried. I was like, oh, God. Hope nobody bumps into me. You guys have the number 877-927-6969. Dom's getting the information of our last winner. Every day you have a chance to win something cool and exciting, whether it's a concert ticket or possibly a gift card to a great restaurant like New York Prime or Burt Max's or Deck 84 or Miller's Ale House. So we always have that for you guys every time.
So we got a couple things in here, and you can always add to it. These are things that people used to say all the time that probably don't make much sense today. And one that we've mentioned before, and I will say it again. A lot of these have to do with technology, right? But if you said this to the younger generation, and this is even after of just using the paper maps that you would get at the gas station, but saying, hey, I got to go print up the directions. Give me a second, which we used to do.
Yeah.
It was MapQuest.
Yeah.
Well, that came after the fact. And that, when MapQuest came out, it was like, wow, technology, the future.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It really is.
Yeah. This one, things that we used to say, but it probably doesn't make sense to most. Things that people used to say. Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. No payphones.
That's right.
You're like, what? Why are you giving me a quarter? Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. This, would you like to accept a call from?
Yep.
That whole thing.
And emergency breakthrough. Both of those.
Yep. Anyone seen the cordless phone? A lot of people don't have landlines. Did you get the newspaper to check the movie times? Oh, wow. So we were talking about this, my co-host on The Gator, Jason, and he said, and he's just a year younger than me, he says that he doesn't even remember. He used to always use a phone line to call for the movies, but the newspaper was the first thing I remember going through to, and then eventually it was a phone line, but to look for movies.
Yeah.
You were going to the newspaper.
I didn't realize
to check movie times.
I didn't realize he was younger than you. I thought he was a lot older.
Oh, my God. Non-smoking, smoking or non-smoking.
Oh, yeah, that's
things
out.
you don't hear anymore.
No, that's done.
Call me after 8. I'm out of minutes.
Oh, my God.
Things we don't hear. Yeah. Get off the phone. I need to use the internet.
Oh, my God.
If the phone rings, somebody just going, I'll get it. No, because it's our phone. We're picking it up. Yeah. This one, I'm going to star 69. Your ass.
Wow.
Don't text me. I only get 100 texts a month. After that, it's 10 cents.
Oh, my God.
Things we don't hear people say anymore. Check the TV Guide channel to see what's on.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took so long to call. I said my mom or sister just would not get off the phone. Something you don't hear anymore. Talk to the hand. Yeah, no, you probably shouldn't do that anymore. This is dumb. Let's see. Somebody, all that in a bag of chips. I don't know why I like that. Let's keep on using it. Or page me or just hit my beeper up if you want to get in touch.
So what does that mean, all that in a bag of chips?
It means that you are it.
Oh, really?
You're all that in a bag of chips. Like, who doesn't like chips? Like, you're all that.
Oh, I thought that was
like, you're already hot as, no. How's that
I don't know. I guess why I never understood it.
You're all that in a bag of chips.
I thought it meant
that means you're even better than all that because I'm putting a bag of chips in there too.
Oh, wow.
That's how good you are.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't telling you that.
I know. I know you weren't giving me a compliment.
I just haven't.
We got a couple people on hold, but guess what? We got to go to a break because we got a manana. So we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll get back to you guys and some
What
fun
are we doing?
Manana. You know, little manana.
Manana means tomorrow in Spanish.
I thought it meant Monday.
No.
Well, whatever. We'll be back. Hang on.
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Go on. Tell it. Show that damn thing who's boss. The
Stanley Cup finalists on Real Radio.
The Panthers are Eastern Conference champions in 2025.
Our Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the NHL playoffs to become Eastern Conference champions.
The final seconds tick away, and the Florida Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup final for the third year in a row.
The puck is dropping on an epic rematch for the Stanley Cup against the Edmonton Oilers. Real
Real Radio is your official home of Florida Panthers hockey and the Stanley Cup Final. Catch every goal, every fight, every face-off on the way to victory. Not near a radio? Make Real Radio 92.1 a preset on the iHeartRadio app and stream the Stanley Cup Final anywhere. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Accident taking up a right lane. We are slow I-95 southbound at Donald Ross Road. And we have road work with 2 right lanes blocked I-95 northbound at Belvedere Road. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
Wherever the drive takes you, we're here to help keep you on the road to summer fun. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer drives start here.
Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son, Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey, it's Megan, just putting you onto the spot. The Glass Chamber, your neighborhood smoke shop that somehow has everything. Vape gear, smoke must-haves, wild snacks you didn't even know existed, Tyson wraps, HQDs, Raz, you name it. They're always ahead of the game with the latest disposables and glass pieces that'll make your collection jealous. If you're not shopping at the Glass Chamber, what are you even doing? With 8 locations and online ordering at glasschamberfl.com, getting what you need is a breeze. The Glass Chamber, everyone's favorite smoke shop.
iHeartRadio just gave driving an upgrade with Presets, now on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your go-to stations, podcasts, and playlists, all just a tap away on your dash. Start your engine, hit play, and drive happy. Free with iHeartRadio on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Monday. We will see some scattered rainfall across parts of the area, with a few thunderstorms lingering further inland near the lake later into the evening. It's a hot and humid one as well, with high temperatures near 90 degrees through the day, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. Could see a few more storms returning for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about essential warm weather styles, just $30 and under, like dresses, shoes and bags, men's, and even kids' looks. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
We got to go to a break because we got a manana.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Get you out of the gate fast and furious. Hope you guys listen to Rover, and we appreciate always tuning in. Don't forget the Panthers tonight on Real Radio, 7:30, 8 o'clock is the game. Dominic's here. Go Panthers. My Panthers sound sick. Franny's so much better. You got yeah, see that sounds like you're in there. Mine sounds weak. Franny's in the house.
What's up?
It's after 12 and she's still here, so right there is a big accomplishment. We appreciate that. Wasn't sure if she was going to stay till 2, but she said yes. So I was like, all right, thank God. We have somebody on hold?
We do. We have Chris on the phone.
Chris, what's happening, buddy?
Greek, what's going on? Penthouse, how y'all doing?
We're doing good, Chris. How was your weekend? How's everything?
My weekend was great, brother. Every day above ground's a good day. It was frustrating watching basketball, but other than that, it was a great weekend.
Well, why basketball? Did you have the Pacers?
I did, but, while I was on hold, I overheard you. And to be honest, I get just as frustrated with Shades, Gildress, Alexander, whatever, because he gets the ball and it's like ISO basketball. As soon as he gets the ball, there is 4 other guys on the court, and it's frustrating to watch. That's all.
Yeah, he does that. I just said that to Dom during the break. It sounded like you were listening to our conversation. I said, with Alexander, you could put him in for 30 every game. He takes the ball out. He goes right to the hole. And it's rare that he passes off. But he's great.
He is great, but it's frustrating when you have, so many good role players on your team surrounding you between Caruso, Holmgren.
Yep.
Williams. They have a slew of role players that can help them out. I'm just tired of seeing that guy shoot the ball every time.
All right. Well, again, we'll see what happens. And if they win, you can't argue with it because that is the recipe for success, him scoring 30 points.
Well, to be honest with you, I had found this new strain of Bamania.
Okay.
Ooh.
You piqued Dom's interest.
He's like, nice.
What is this?
You got to know your audience.
It has got me where, Greek, there's no more attitudes. It's just so chill. I wasn't even I was frustrated watching the game, but I just don't care.
All right, that's good not to care. If you don't care, you know what? You won't get aggravated. You won't get it so keep smoking, whatever you're doing.
Listen, Greek, this is why I listen to you. You say things bad. You just you said we're going to be back to mañana, and that's okay because it's you,
That's right. It's a show. Come on. This is what it's about. We're here to entertain. Who's perfect? Is anybody you know actually perfect? No. If I was perfect all the time, it wouldn't seem the way it is. You know what I mean? It's not perfect. Who cares? What else?
There's nothing, Greek. I just listening to you be so nonchalant, man. I love it, brother.
A lot of people stress out, and you know what? In life, if you stress out about something, it usually doesn't mean you're going to have a better outcome. It is what it is. I mean, you got to try to stay calm. They keep diamonds under pressure, and we rock and roll. We try to have a good time every day. It's the only thing we try to do.
So this new strain I got, it even makes Dom not suck so much. But do me a favor, Dom, and don't show up to the game because you are such a bad omen.
No. I'm not believing that. I don't think it's Dom. I might be the girl, but I don't think it's Dom. Maybe the Panthers notice that she's so hot and they can't concentrate. Maybe that's what happens. But yeah, I don't think it's Dom. That's like a gambler. Gamblers say that. Like true gamblers, they believe in that, and they'll wear certain shirts. And anybody superstitious for games. You don't have to be gamblers, just in general. Yeah, I don't believe he's a jinx.
It's always a pleasure to hear you back on the radio, Franny. It's one of the reasons I always tune in, hear that little giggle, and you know how I like my coffee, bitch.
Well, thanks, Chris. I always enjoy your phone calls.
Absolutely. And well, Dom, usually you suck, but like I told you, I'm on this new strain, and you're okay today. But I'm telling you,
so if he stays blown out, he's giving you a thumbs up.
Don't hang up afterwards. I need to get the strand name and where it's from.
Yeah, hang tight.
Oh, my God.
He wants to know this. I don't care about anything weed. I think a lot of people do. They're like, what is it?
We're going to have callers. What is it?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Phone lines will be blowing up. People will pull up to the station, follow you home. What is the name of this pot? Oh, my God. Marijuana. Hoochie, chubby. All right. Chris, thanks.
Hoochie, chubby.
Yeah.
You haven't heard about that one, Chris?
Oh, God.
I took that from a girl. She said that to me one night. Hoochie, chubby. I was like, all right, whatever that means.
I don't think anybody wants to be called a chubby hoochie.
Well, if you're taking it serious, oh my God. Oh man, I had something that Chris, you would have died because I know you're gonna kick out of my life. And so last night something happened where the power went out in our neighborhood, right? So I'm like, oh, God, like, what the hell am I going to do? But it was 3:30 in the morning, and the only reason I woke up is because my refrigerator was making a noise. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I'm like, oh, God, I got to go to I didn't even know where the box was. That happens sometimes to me. I had no clue. I said, well, I guess it's got to be in the garage. I said, maybe it's in the garage. So I went into the garage, and I'm like, oh, God, this is a tough one. Because there's nobody really you can call at 3:30 in the morning. Who are you going to call? I was going to call Franny, but I didn't want to bother her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would not pick up.
Pick up? She wouldn't pick up 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
No offense. Just my phone's on silent. If you were calling at 3 o'clock and I heard it, I would pick up.
Well, thank you. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure this out. I'm just like, should I do old real radio? Like everything to the left, just go to the right, and maybe something will go on. So I got the better judgment in my head. It was like 3:30. I said, you know what? I'm not going to touch anything. Let me just go back to bed, and I'll deal with it in the morning. Hopefully I'll go back to bed. So I went back to bed, and then in the morning I called one of my buddies, and he walked me through it. I was like, Greek, this is what you got to do. You got to walk through your house, open your garage door. You see that handle? He goes, unhook that. He goes, walk through there. He goes, look
you had to teach how to open up the garage door?
Yeah. He goes, look on the fuse box. You'll see everything written down. He goes, and go over there. He goes, and just all the things that are one side, go the other way, and everything's going to go back on. I'm like, my God, you're a genius. I said, thank you so much. I said, can you fill up my car with gas today?
Uh-oh, but your microwave now clock is all messed up.
You know, my microwave clock is still good. I don't know why. The espresso machine went off, their clock on that, but the other thing, I mean, I'll have somebody come over tonight and fix it. Chris, you have a great day, buddy. I hope we can always be inspiration for you.
Greek, you're always an inspiration for me, brother. Y'all be good. Dom, you don't suck today, but I swear to God, if they lose, it's me and you, brother.
Oh, God, no pressure. But he's on the Babanya, so he's saying that you're more tolerable when he's stoned.
Oh, he hung up. I'm not going to get the straight name.
He'll go back.
I know.
Email management. I'm sure they have it.
Oh, great.
Franny, do you feel like doing something we haven't done in a while? Fun facts?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about those. Let's do it.
Fun facts.
All right. Let's do some fun facts. We like to base them around the holiday. So let's... Oh, wait, is there? Okay. Yeah, so today, as I mentioned, this day in history, June 9th, it's Donald Duck Day. He made his premiere in a movie. Did you know that he actually debuted before... Wait. Hold on, sorry.
And they talk about me.
I know. I was like, I'm trying to catch up. Okay, here we go. He had more appearances than Mickey Mouse did. Donald has starred in more films and cartoons than Mickey.
Oh, wow.
With over 190 theatrical shorts, plus countless TV episodes and comics.
That's good trivia if you're trying to pick up a girl one night. Throw that out there. She'll think you're very impressive.
Did you know? Obviously not real because he's animated. But did you know he was a war veteran?
No.
During World War II, Donald appeared in military-themed propaganda films and was even drafted into the U.S. Army in the cartoon Donald Gets Drafted, 1942.
Would they have made him wear pants in the Army? That's crazy.
He has a middle name. Yes, his full name, Donald Font Leroy Duck. Yes, Font Leroy. It comes from the style of outfits that he used to wear. I don't know if I'm saying that. Font Leroy? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Looks like that.
Is that on his license? That whole thing?
Yeah, of course it is. They said in some countries he's actually more famous. Not only more movies, but more famous than Mickey. Places like Finland and Sweden, Donald Duck comics are beloved. They love them. They love his sarcasm, his imperfect personality makes him very relatable. That's why they like him more. Mm-hmm. He once was banned from Sweden. Talking about him being very popular there. There's a myth that Donald was banned in Sweden for not wearing pants, but the real issue was budget cuts to comic books in public libraries, so they just got rid of all his stuff.
I didn't think comic books.
His voice is trademarked. Donald's iconic voice, created by Clarence Ducky Nash, is legally protected and extremely hard to imitate correctly. I used to have, he wasn't an uncle, but we called him an uncle because he was very good friends with my parents, and he did the best. Can you do a Donald?
No.
The best Donald.
I can barely do Greek.
Yeah. 1984, he was awarded an honorary degree from the University of Oregon.
Go Ducks! Wow, it's
for his contribution to humor and education. This is no joke.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And there you go for some fun facts today.
Awesome job, Franny. We missed that when you were out, but they're going to be back. You have something also about things that passengers can do that would annoy you. I think we all have certain things when you drive with someone, and it's rare that I'm driving with. Once in a while, my friends will usually meet up at, dates if you go on a date with a girl. But what are some of the things that annoy you passengers do? I have a couple.
On a date, like at a restaurant?
Oh, no, passenger in a car.
Passenger?
Any passenger in your car.
The feet up on the dashboard thing gets to me.
Throw them out. They do that.
I mean, you're just asking to get your leg broken. If something happened.
It's so dangerous. Yeah, you're right.
It's not right.
It is disrespectful if it's not your car.
Sure, and it's dangerous.
Right, and it is dangerous, yeah. I am so guilty of this, and I know it's so bad, but it's one of those knee-jerk reactions. If I'm riding as a passenger and there's an abrupt brake or a brake check or something like that, I will like pretend that I'm braking with my foot, but I will brake the dashboard. It's just like this automatic thing.
You put your foot on the dash?
Do. Well, yeah, like I will brake. I don't because I'm sitting in the passenger seat, but for some reason my
foot. Are you like bracing almost?
I'm bracing, yeah. Or my foot is pretending there's a brake there because, like I said, it's just a knee-jerk reaction. I will do that, and I know it's so terrible, but I'm bracing for it because God forbid we were to get an accident. I have a straight leg just braking on the dash, and it's so extremely dangerous, and I'm trying to make an effort to stop doing that, but it's just I've done it for so long. But yeah, so they're talking about passengers in vehicles because we have another list of just annoying things in general, but topping the list is just complaining, followed by blocking the mirrors and reaching for the invisible brake. That's me, man. Drivers also don't like it when they are driving around throw wrappers on the floor in the car or mess with their radio.
That's not good.
No,
What about if you light a joint inside the car?
That's
disrespectful.
Well, you should ask.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Because the driver might be cool, whatever, but definitely ask. They said watching loud videos on their phones, sticking their feet on the dashboard are also big don'ts for passengers. Yelling to warn drivers about cars pulling out ahead of them is also irritating to those behind the wheel. They're like, I'm driving, let me do this.
Oh, yeah.
Passengers having loud phone conversations, not giving accurate directions, frustrating. The poll finds that women think their partner is an annoying passenger and a backseat driver. That's only 17% of women, they think that. But 69% of men feel like they're great passengers. They said nearly 2/3 of men prefer being in the driver's seat, of course. And the big reason is because they want to be in control. They said close to half of the men believe they're a better driver than their partner, but 32% of them confess that that changes when they need their partner to be the designated driver.
You're the best.
Yep.
Take the wheel, hon. I love you.
Yep. They said among the guys who they were talking to, the driver, a lot of them admitted that they don't like the way that their partner drives. But in 20% of couples, men do the driving as part of their relationships. They call it part of the chore split. They agree to do. Driving is included. They consider that part of the chore split.
Oh,
yep.
wow.
They said that 43% of couples car trips regularly. 43% of couples regularly end in arguments.
I'm sure.
43% of couples car trips.
I've seen a lot of times.
And some are so bad that 19% of those people did not speak to each other for a while after their big old car fight.
Well, again, sometimes people think the other person's going too fast.
Yeah.
You hear that. You're going too fast. You're on his ass.
Oh, I know. Believe me. That's that. I think that my husband and I get along very well, but I think that's when we bicker because he is more of an aggressor when he's
You've already
driving
said
than
that.
I am.
And he's got a big truck.
And yes, and so I will. I'd be like, oh my God, why? I was like, we're in no rush. You don't have to drive like this to get us there. I want to get there in one piece. It is. So I understand why people do bicker in the car. We have different driving styles.
If you're going someplace, and one of my buddies does this, and he always tells me a different route that I could go. Yeah, like the other night we were going to a restaurant at the end of Atlantic. He goes, you should have went down the other way. We took the back streets. We wouldn't hit the lights. I'm like, dude, what does it matter? I'm like, who cares? We're going to dinner. If we get there in 10 minutes, but you should have went the other way. I don't like when they're on their phone. Like, if you got to get a call, get it, but don't have a whole conversation 20 minutes. Went to the track with one of my buddies, 20 minutes. And my other buddy was in the back. They're both on the phone with two different people. You're driving. You hear like 4 conversations. The feet on the dash, not right. You can never smoke in somebody's car. That's inappropriate. You don't do that. I have one buddy doesn't like to put on a seatbelt. And it won't go off. It just and he argued. He goes, it'll go off eventually. I'm like, dude, just put the friggin' seatbelt on. I don't care. It could be around the block. Just put it on.
Yep, your car, if you're driving, you should be able to say, put that thing on.
Yeah, get in the trunk. Do me a favor. And I dated one girl who drove really, really fast. I mean, a zoom. And I would always be like, I'm not driving. You're just like, you're crazy. You should be on 95, like 75, 80, changing lanes. And I'd be like, oh my God.
I was going on a girls' trip, and I have one of my girlfriends, not the Sarah, but another one, Sarah, she drives like a maniac. And we were driving down to Key West, and I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I looked at my girl from behind, and you could tell the girl in the middle also was just like, oh my God, because we can see everything. I had to have her stop so I could sit in the back behind one of the passenger driver's seats so I could not see the front. Because if not, I felt like I was going to have a heart attack, and I didn't, because she drives all the time. She's an adult. She makes it in one piece. But people who drive like that, I just can't watch it. So, yeah, I was like, can we pull over so I can be in another seat?
Did she know?
I don't want front row to this disaster.
Did she know?
Oh, yeah. She knows she's a maniac.
Oh, yeah. My one buddy, Richie, drives like a maniac. We go to track. I mean, it's so bad, and I'm not comfortable. And you just switch lanes, boom, boom. But I'm like, dude, where are we going? We're only going to lose money anyway. Does it really matter? But yeah, people who drive, and I'm talking 90, 95. To me, that's fast. Like, you don't need to go anywhere at 90 miles an hour. They're on Glades, 80 miles an hour. So yeah, this one girl I dated for a while, she was really, really fast. We sometimes have the seatbelt on, talking on the phone. I'd be like, stop texting. I'm like, oh. God, get me out. 877-927-6969. Maybe something you don't like a passengers would do. Maybe if like Franny says they take over your radio and plays like unbelievable music, Sky so loud.
I think that's a big one for people touching the radio, unless you ask them to be the DJ. Sometimes on road trips, like, all right, you be the DJ, so I'm not messing around with it. But I think that's a big thing, or even maybe messing with the air vents.
Oh, I was gonna say the air condition. Mm-hmm. Some people gets in right away. They think they're the boss. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's a little hot in here, isn't it? I'm like, hey, you want my car payment, bitch? I mean, those are things too. The seatbelt thing and the phone. The phone is the biggest thing that I get. Like, I don't want to hear your conversations. I just don't. It's not that important. Relax. Whenever we get there, get on the phone. But if you guys have anything to annoy you with people, and then the other thing I said is when you're going someplace and somebody tells you a different way. They should have told me before we went. You know what I mean? Like, we go to the track a lot as guys, all of us together, and we like to drive together, but now it's coming down to we all take individual cars. So it's like 4 different cars. Hey, I'll meet you down there. I really don't want to deal with it. 877-927-6969. Liquor sales are down, and they've talked about it. And the one of the big CEOs for Jack Daniels was talking about it over the weekend, and just that really gummies are really taking over, and a lot of the younger generation are not even wine. I know a couple people in the wine industry that have worked for years just got laid off, and they said the same thing. Ozempic and gummies are changing things with the younger generation, where they're just not drinking like they once were, even in the restaurants when people are going out. And
I just don't see it, and that's it. But I do understand that the younger generation is more, they're more about the THC and the CBD and so all that stuff and the deltas and all the Delta 8s, Delta 9s. I get that. But for me, working behind a bar for so long, obviously I can't now for a while, but it's just they're still, to me, busy. People are still boozing. I have a liquor store, right? That's around the corner from my house, and the same thing. That place is always busy. So I personally don't see it, but we have read stats and stories about it.
Yeah, a couple people that I know in the restaurant business, they said that they've noticed it themselves, that people drink less.
Well, but now a lot of restaurants have mocktail menus. And if you don't know what a mocktail is, it's basically they use all these really fine ingredients. It's mixology for a cocktail that does not have alcohol in it. That's why I call it a mocktail. And now a lot of menus have mocktail lists on there. And they're they look great, fresh ingredients, this and that. But I wonder if maybe that's why the price point is so high to make up for the non-alcohol sales. They're like $16. I was like, I'm not paying $16 for something that doesn't have booze in it, for a drink that does it. I was like, I'll have a water instead for free, please. But you see them on so many menus these days.
I don't notice it. I haven't noticed it.
Yep, mocktails.
Dom, you have somebody on hold?
I do. We have Larry on the phone.
Larry, good afternoon. Welcome to the Penthouse. How are you today?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We're doing really, really good. We could be doing better, but we're doing good.
Now, y'all sound like you're doing real good.
What's going on?
Anyhow, I want to talk to you about driving.
Okay.
All right, I was a professional driver. I was a truck driver for 41 years.
Wow.
And I always left distance between me and the other people. It ticks me off when some son of a gun comes from the left-hand lane and shoots through every lane there is to get to an exit that he probably knew good and well he was going to make anyhow.
Yeah, it happens.
And, I mean, that scares me to death when they get so close to my front end.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you.
And, I mean, especially when I've got plenty of room there, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The next thing is, if I ride with my wife, she scares the hell out of me because she likes the right-hand side of the road. And I mean, she likes the right-hand side of the road.
Okay.
Right beside the damn curb. And that just scares me to death.
Have you told her that?
When she turns, hey, I shut my mouth, close my eyes, and hope we get there. Another thing is, her and I have arguments over red lights.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand the yellow means the light's getting ready to turn red.
She hits a gas?
It doesn't mean stick your foot in the accelerator. We're going through that light.
You're right.
And she can't get over that. She just has to get through that light. Well, why didn't you go through that yellow? because it was yellow, honey. It meant that it was getting ready to turn red. Oh, we had that argument. I just sat and looked at her. She said, "Would you like to have me drive?" And I said, "Hell no. No, hell no."
Well, that's the love you guys have for each other. You know, it goes back and forth.
It just scares me to death, though. I mean, I get in that car with her, and I go, "Oh, my God. Get over a little bit. Get over just a little bit, you know. Get off the curb." She's one of those that takes it when she turns the corner, she's up, their rear end's up over that curb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She won't even drive my truck. Thank God for that.
I was just saying, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I can't drive my husband's truck either. I can't see over the damn hood.
That thing's
There's no
huge.
way. I would run over everything.
yeah, that thing's huge.
I would run over everything.
Oh, my God, that thing. I said, when I came by your house 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was the truck next door.
I think that's why he got it, so I can't drive it. Because
Really?
the other trucks I was able to, yeah.
Wow, it's big.
Well, I've got a big Dodge.
Yeah.
It's a 2014, but now I want to explain my truck. It looks perfect on the outside. If there's a scratch on it, I get the scratches off. It looks perfect inside. It's clean. Don't leave your damn trash in my damn truck.
You shouldn't. You're right. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Take your damn Coke or whatever you're drinking. Take it with you. Don't leave it in my truck.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what? Or don't wad up trash and put it on the floorboard. Especially when I've got a sack over here for trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you got some rules. It's your car, your truck. There's nothing wrong with that. I think they're all okay.
Other people don't, but you know what I'm saying. They're entitled to their opinion.
That's right, but they don't have to take the ride either. You could just be like, hey, there's another one in 20 minutes, bro. Jump off.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I just sit back and I try to relax when I drive. You know, if we get into traffic, I try to keep my distance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let the idiot over that wants to get over. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm polite and I let truckers get over if they need to get over. It's the type of life I lived.
Well, it sounds good. And
you put your music on and you go on.
That's
it. I'm saying? And when I can listen to you guys, I listen to you guys. But when I go north, I lose you about Melbourne area. I lose you. But I do pick you up to about Melbourne. And that's
All right, well, get that iHeartRadio app. You can listen to us all the time.
Yeah, we'll never leave your side.
I got tires in my car.
Got it.
Well, thanks for the call and thanks for listening.
All right, y'all have a nice day. And you get over your arm there. You're taking care of it, I take it.
Yeah, we're trying.
All right. Y'all stay out of trouble.
Okay, bro.
You too. Be safe out there.
That's right. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Here we go again. They're taking hard-working American people, American men, and they're taking their job.
I think it's so weird that they would be able to make a human being without using eggs or sperm. Scientists
I feel
working
the same
on-
way about omelets.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only, or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Roadwork in West Palm Beach slowing down the ride. 2 right lanes are blocked. I-95 northbound at Belvedere. Look out for delays. Turnpike looks good. Those drive times are up to speed. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. Open 7 days a week with a 5-star restaurant. And this Saturday night, June 7th, it's UFC Championship Fighting. You can witness it at Monroe's. And if you like hockey, I can't think of a better place. Because if your team loses, you won't end up in a penalty box. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, and that's where all the beautiful ladies are. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool will be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physical present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
That's you, looking at your garage door. And you're wondering, if it gets windy, just how much can this door take? 20 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour? Sure, if we get a little wind, your buddy says if you back the car up against it just right, you can probably save it. But what's your clever plan the next time we get a storm with a name? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Storm-rated doors are built to withstand heavy winds, even if your building codes aren't there yet. It's like the door to the safe that protects your whole house. Stronger materials, heavy-duty motors and springs to handle the weight, and reinforced struts to keep it from bowing out in the wind. How do I know it won't bow? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll make sure you're prepared the next time a storm with a name comes sailing across the Gulf of Mo.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
The NBC Nightly News.
From one era to the next.
I'm Tom Brokaw.
We'll hope to see you back here.
I'm Lester Holt.
Trust is the anchor.
For NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Yamas.
A new chapter begins. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas. Evenings on NBC.
Men, here's the truth. In the bedroom, good enough isn't really good enough, is it? This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And if your erectile dysfunction is making intimacy less enjoyable for you and your partner, give us a call today. Because whether your ED only happens sometimes or all the time, it's time to stop good enough and time to start really good. At the Atlantic Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. Whether it's only mild or moderate, or even if it's severe, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we have a variety of treatments and can even combine protocols, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in a long time. You could even last up to an hour or more and make sex great again for you and your partner. So make an appointment and be done with good enough. Your initial visit includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 877-455-7300 or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 7 offices across South Florida to serve you, including our new office in Hollywood, Florida.
Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Monday. We will see some scattered rainfall across parts of the area, with a few thunderstorms lingering further inland near the lake later into the evening. It's a hot and humid one as well, with high temperatures near 90 degrees through the day, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. Could see a few more storms returning for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
This Father's Day, grab great gearhead gifts at Summit Racing. You'll find parts, tools, accessories, apparel, and more. Or give the perfect card, a Summit Racing gift card. Fast shipping, massive inventory, and expert tech advice are a click away at summitracing.com.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
I'm your bitch.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I feel bad when I let people down, but I do on a regular basis. So Franny doesn't like this thing. When I'm freezing, I rub my hands together because I'm so cold. Yeah.
It's not, yours doesn't sound the same. Yours sounds a little bit more, I don't know.
Sandpaperish?
Yeah.
Now mine, she says, it reminds her.
His reminds me of something else.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Not a good sign.
Uh-oh.
Something.
And for years I've been telling him, I was like, I don't know why that noise. I don't know why. And he was like, oh, I'll stop. He never has. So I've just given up. I just kind of just get a little chill down my spine, and I just deal with it.
I'm going to make a note.
But you've said that before.
I know.
For years.
I know. I forget. I'm sorry. I'm so friggin' cold in here. I mean, like I'm really, literally like freezing. I wear a jacket every day to work, and it's 95 degrees out. So I'm sorry again. For not recognizing and not doing what you're asking me to do, because I don't ever want to do that. So I'm going to try to make a conscious effort. Let me write it down.
It's okay. Like I said, I'm getting used to it.
I'm going to call him out from now on.
I just put my headphones on.
Don't rub your hands
so I can't hear it. That's all.
Yeah. And the sound that she's saying, it reminds me, I don't even know where that comes from. It's like
I don't know. I told you, I've just had little things, and people have those.
And what does it sound like to you?
It's things that you guys do when nobody's around. Or when people are around. I don't know. I've heard it with the Florida stories.
So wait, does it sound more like, or like, I don't.
No, it's different. It's different than yours.
I'm trying to make this sound.
Just later on, have him do it when I'm out of the room.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to have the same effect.
You may not think it sounds like it. I'm a weirdo. I get it.
You're not a weirdo.
I don't even like the noise when my husband's stirring around his pasta. It grosses me out. There's little things I just don't like.
Oh, is that the metal on metal sound?
No. It's just stirring the pasta. It makes that. I can't. I believe Cardi B has a line about that in her song WAP. Sounds like macaroni in a pot. Like my WAP. No?
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to do a trifecta if that's okay.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
And I'm going to try to keep my hands away. I still think if we were outside, I wouldn't be rubbing my hands. I'd be sweating. Last night, there was the NBA Finals, and the Thunder finally got a W They are the big favorites in this series. The first game only had 8 million people watching. I don't know about last night, how it did Sunday night. We'll see. That's a very bad rating. It's like one of the lowest ones since Larry Bird and was playing Houston in the 80s. Again, you don't have the big names, and, LeBron's not playing, Luka's not playing, the Celtics are out, the Greek Freak's not playing, the Joker's out, like names that are household. And you got to get to know these guys. You definitely do. Alexander's getting a lot of notoriety this year because he had a great season, and he was the MVP. So he's one of the faces of the league. But they did win last night, 123-107, and it was a little odd because the game before, Indiana won and the line went up. So yesterday, that's all I heard from everybody. It's just like, how could this be? Is it fixed? Is it this? Is that? But the Thunder ended up winning and picking up a W, so hats off to them. And Game 3 will be, I think, Wednesday night. The Panthers are on Real Radio tonight. Don't forget that. 7:30 is the pregame. 8 o'clock, the puck drops. So you guys can hear the Panthers as they are taking on Edmonton in the Stanley Cup for the third season in a row, which is just unbelievable if you don't realize that. As a fan, you know what? Endure it and just enjoy it. Enjoy it, really. And just because if this is ever going to happen again. Dom, have you made up your mind about Game 3 or you're not going? Are you sure?
I don't think I'm going.
You're not sure? Have you even reached out to your associate and asked her if she wanted to go?
No.
No, you didn't want to bring that to the table?
No. I just think Game 4 is good.
And you might go to Game 6?
I'm going to Game 6, yeah.
Is she a hockey fan or just a fan?
Yeah.
Is she a fan of the Panthers?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you can watch it together. Like Franny said, there's a lot of watch parties all over the place. So the Panthers tonight, don't forget about that. And Coco, local girl from Delray, won the French Open. Hats off to her. Congratulations. She did get the title on Saturday. Big, big honor. Again, right in our own backyard from Delray Beach. So enjoy the win, and God bless. The Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Peace.
Couple texts, and then we'll get into some more things here in the Penthouse. We have 47142. Franny was talking about Daffy Duck. I think I was talking about Donald, though.
Donald.
It says Duffy Duck on here. Being honored by Oregon Ducks. Greek, does that mean to hammer Oregon to win the national championship?
It might. Could be a sign. Could be a sign. Just like Syracuse with the orange.
Oh, God.
He said, we can all smoke Babanya in my car. Absolutely. Especially this new strand. And Dom, remember, you don't suck today, but the day is still young. Says they better win. Then we have Franny. You should try not to say anything to your husband while he's driving aggressive. Take a page out of Greek's book. When you come to a stop, just take down your blouse, show him your rack, ask him very quietly, please stop driving like that. Then put your top up and get out of the car. $100 it slows and it even maybe stops.
I might have to take that bet.
And then we have, hi, Franny, Greek, and Dom. Welcome back, Franny. What phrases are not used anymore? Making whoopee, Jello molds, gee whiz, whippersnapper, and cool beans. And that's from our girl, Stacey B.
Yeah, a lot of those you don't hear. No doubt about it. If you guys have anything you want to add to the program, you're always welcome to text us or to call us and get involved in any way you want.
So our dude, Larry, just called in and he was like, after Melbourne area, I lose you guys. And we're just download the iHeartRadio app because you can listen to us anywhere. You can go on vacation Europe and listen to us, wherever you want. And there's another reason to do it. Because if you make us your number one preset, which you should already, just like you did already, right there in your car dash, your radio there, you made us 92.1. A preset there. Make us number one preset on the iHeartRadio app. That's right there on the homepage. Super easy to do. So we do weekly contesting with this. You take your preset, you make us a Real Radio number one preset. You're going to take a screenshot of it, and then you're going to enter it realradio921.com/preset. We change this up every single week. On Friday, they pick a winner. And what you're going to win this week, if you show us your preset, is we have a pair of tickets up for grabs. That is for Hardy, happening September 20th at the I Think Financial Amphitheater. So just show us your preset, take a screenshot, enter it, realradio921.com/preset.
Thank you, Francis. You guys get involved by texting us or calling us. Scary scene Saturday night on Las Vegas, right by the Bellagio. Somebody with a gun ended up, 2 people lost their lives. Very sad. And that sucks.
And supposedly it was like some online YouTube beef that 2 people had.
Crazy.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, Vegas, I've talked about last couple of months, they're having bad numbers. People are not visiting like they once were. They're down from the last couple of years. Something like this isn't good either. And it's just scary that you can't go out and without worrying about stuff like this.
But this was it was targeted?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Very sad. 2 people lost their lives right by the Bellagio, which is not a good thing, and one of the big tourist sites on the Las Vegas Strip, which is always great to see, and the water fountain, excuse me. Yeah, I hate seeing stuff like this. Anytime there's a crowd and somebody has gunplay, it's just terrible. And not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk about ruin a vacation, and you want to talk about you'd be like, I don't want to go on the Strip anymore. You just.
I wonder how it was yesterday and today.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Teddy later and talk to him about it. But it's sad. I mean, when you can't do anything and you got to worry about, God forbid, getting hurt. And you're on vacation, you should be there to enjoy yourself and with your family and friends.
So speaking of vacation, it's the U.S. News and World Report. We're talking about the best cheap family vacations that you can do this year for 2025, because we know everything's getting expensive, including traveling. And so they were like, you know what, let's come up with a list for things that you can do that are affordable, because the kids are out of school, they got ants in their pants, let's do something. So if you're rethinking your summer travel just because you have a tighter budget, listen, you don't have to stay home and miss all the fun with the family. You just need to be smart about where to go. So as I mentioned, U.S. News and World Report is here to help us save some serious money. And they came out with this list, best cheap family vacations. So they ranked popular getaways in the U.S. on traveler feedback, editor analysis, and factors like sites, value, accessibility. Their number one pick here, and I would love to go, this is not on G-Man's list, is Yellowstone National Park.
I was just going to say that.
Whatever. They said where a vehicle with a whole family can get in for just $35.
Wow.
And it's supposed to be beautiful. They said while hotel rates in the area are the highest in the summer, the park is home to highly regarded campsites that are relatively cheap. Second on the list, Yosemite National Park, California. Say entrance passes there are good for 7 days, so the family can have lots of time to enjoy the park's hiking trails, waterfalls, and all the beautiful scenery.
Suppose you don't get along with your family. Is that still a good
Well, then
place?
why are you going on vacation with them?
Okay.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Known as this, you could take your girl. I mean, it doesn't have to be family. They're saying this family getaway to make it cheap, but I'm saying this would be fun for you and your partner. Pack up, do some of these things. Could be romantic, could be fun. Gatlinburg, Tennessee, known as the gateway to the Great Smoky Mountains, is third. Families can enjoy all the hiking, biking, sightseeing there, along with low-cost attractions. They said like the Ober-Gatlinburg Aerial Tramway and the Gatlinburg Space Needle. Then they said the kids will really love number 8 on the list, which is Wisconsin Dells, a city in southern part of Wisconsin, known as the water park capital of the world. Did you know that? In Wisconsin, they have the water park capital of the world.
No.
It's home to Noah's Ark Water Park, which is the largest outdoor water park in the U.S., as well as Mirror Lake State Park. So, yeah, if you're looking to do it, this is according to U.S. Travel and News. Those are some, but then top 10 to round up, Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's probably beautiful. Niagara Falls, seen it. Gorgeous. I do recommend going on the Canadian side. It's better views over there, seeing Niagara Falls. Wisconsin Dells, as I mentioned, number 8. Washington, D.C., number 7. Most affordable places you can go to in the States for a family vacation. North Carolina's Outer Banks. Grand Teton, right? Am I saying that right? National Park. Grand Canyon National Park. Then you got Gatlinburg, Yosemite, and Yellowstone National Park. And Greek was like, I wouldn't fly over any of those places.
Nope.
You're assuming that.
Would you?
No, probably not.
See? Niagara Falls, cool, especially if you go to the Canadian side, because there's all kinds of vineyards and wineries there, too, in that area. So they have, like, these really cool bed and breakfasts and stuff. And it's pretty dang cool. I checked that out for my first time last year, and I was really impressed by it.
G-Man, you'd, fly over and look out the jet and be like, oh, look at that.
Oh, common people.
And that's it. And he's like, take me back to Florida.
I like what I like. But you know what? I think experiencing new things is great. I think if I had somebody in my life who wanted to do it that I was interested in, I probably would try. I probably would. I'm just not into flying right now. My friends this weekend, again, are trying to get me to go to Vegas, and I just don't want to do it. I'm like, it's just not. I would go with you guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. That's okay. You're okay with that. If you're content with your life the way it is, then you don't have to travel.
Yeah. Because I would be more contained with you guys. Like if I went, like we did a trip for the show.
You're going to be contained? We're going to contain you?
Well, he feels like he's going to go there and lose, his ass. And then all his friends are going to lose his ass. And then he's going to have to lend them money. And
it's just going to be
it just never ends.
It'll be a blind show.
All right.
Yeah.
With us, we have our limits.
Yeah. Well, not that. It's a different trip. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen you lose your ass on work trips.
I know, but yeah, you have.
I have.
Yeah, you have.
So-
You have. And you cared, which was nice. But it's just a different time. I don't know. The whole traveling thing, it's just maybe all the negativity we hear about traveling, the airlines.
But it's just we see so much. I, thank goodness, knock on wood, I travel. I have not had to deal with any of the craziness we see all the time.
Thank
on the
God.
air.
And you travel a lot.
I just had one time, I think the worst thing was sitting to somebody who really was stinky. That's it.
And then you had
That was the worst I've had.
Yeah, the other trip too, but you made the best of it where you guys went and the thing got canceled right in Puerto Rico or something like that.
Oh, that was years ago. That was Jamaica.
Yeah,
and
Jamaica.
but that wasn't any I mean, that was I didn't see any drama around me. Nobody's breaking down fights. It's Montego Bay, their air traffic control decided to go on strike that day.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're still thinking about September. See how Franny feels. That's important too. If she's up for a trip. But we'll
pretty sure by September I should be okay.
You okay? You think?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to push it. We don't want to push it.
Pretty sure.
Well, you want to still go to see the UFC thing. What is that in June? But you're not going.
I think I'm picking the NHL final over the Vegas trip
cool.
at the end of this year or end of this month.
I think we're going to try to go sometime this year, too, because we've been dying to go to the Sphere. And my husband, he hasn't wanted to Vegas because that's where we got married. And I was like, come on, let's go back. And I understand his mindset. I just haven't been in so long that I love Vegas.
Yeah.
And I've just been in for a trip. And I understand because he was like, let's go somewhere we've never been, which is a good mindset to have. Yeah. But I was like, well, you know what? I've never seen the Sphere. So does that count? And the Sphere, Zach Brown is going to be doing, Zach Brown Band, who I love. I love seeing him live. They're going to be at the Sphere at the end of the year. I don't know if they've announced dates yet. So I think we might go for a weekend just to go check out the Sphere.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And you've seen it. You said it's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody says it's unbelievable. That's
they won
what I
Emmy.
guess.
UFC won the Emmys now from their thing at the Sphere this past September.
I had one of my friends sent me a picture. He was staying at the Wynn, and where his room was, you could see it.
You could see it from anywhere.
Yeah.
It's so bright.
Yeah, he said he said it's so cool. It changes the whole thing, and it was when you lose your edge, you can go up on your couch and just look outside the thing changing.
The cool thing is that Wynn golf course, you could be playing on the golf course, and it's right over the golf course, so you'll be shooting your ball right at it. It looks like almost at some point.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely unique. Again, it's something that's new that everybody wants to check out. And I've, like Franny said, same thing with me, all the people I know. I've never heard anybody say anything bad. It's like you got to go and check it out.
I think November is the big F1.
Yeah.
F1 race over there.
Yeah. That's a weekend I wouldn't go. Yeah, because everything, it's like the fight weekends. Everything you do is just so super expensive. You're not going to get a break on anything, and it's going to be impossible to get anything.
Well, fight is like, at least the fights, it's at an event where the F1, it takes over the whole place. You can't even get in a cab or anything, Uber.
No, locals don't like it. It's once a year, but they sign like a 20-year deal, just like they signed with Hard Rock. And obviously it disturbs them. Takes them everything out of their whole situation, their whole life, their way of life. Strips close. I mean, for like whatever it is, 4 or 5 days. And then they got to set up. But if you're visiting and you don't know, oh, man, that's why you should always look wherever you're going, what's going on. Because that could be definitely an issue. Who wants to deal with that? The fights are a pain in the ass. But if you're going, it's cool. Like, you went to the UFC fight, so it's totally different. Like, years ago, there hasn't been, like, a major, I can't think in the last few years, maybe before COVID, where there was a big, like, boxing event. UFC, yes.
Canelo fought there pretty recently, and it was pretty big.
It
was the same event
as UFC.
As UFC, yeah.
Yeah, but UFC did better, I think.
Yeah, it was back and forth of who would do better, but it was a competition because one's at T-Mobile and the other's at the Sphere.
Yeah, I can't think of like a big, huge boxing event that's been there in the last 3 or 4 years where people are like, I got to go, I want to check it out. But it's always fun. I mean, Vegas is fun. That's what it's about. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good time. We appreciate always tuning in to Real Radio. Had a giveaway today. We'll have the same one tomorrow, I do believe, that you guys will have an opportunity to win.
Ooh, and guess what? Coming up at 1 o'clock, we still got keywords coming your way, right?
Speaking of Vegas.
Yeah, talking about Las Vegas, iHeartRadio Music Festival Flyway. We got this whole win it before you can buy it. We have an opportunity for you to go to Las Vegas. This is September 19th and the 20th. Now, you're going to get pair passes to the iHeartRadio Music Festival, which is great itself. You should check out the lineup. They are doing, I'm thrilled about the lineup. I think it'd be so fun to go. If you have not checked that out, Ed Sheeran's going to be there. Fogerty's going to be there. Lil Wayne, Glorilla, just name a few. Let's see, Maroon 5. ton of people. Great lineup. So you're going to get to go there. Then we are also going to give you your airfare round trip.
Oh, awesome.
You're going to get ground transportation from the airport and hotel. You get, of course, the hotel, 2 nights hotel accommodations right there, Las Vegas. You're staying where the venue that they have the event, so you can walk everywhere. Then, to sweeten up the pot, they are throwing in a $1,000 gift card. So 1 o'clock, you're going to hear Rover from our morning show, Rover's Morning Glory, give you a keyword. Now listen, normally we will be like, enter to this website. No, you're going to take that keyword, the nationwide keyword, and you're going to text it to 200-200. So that's coming up at 1 o'clock. Try to win your way to the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Thank you, Francis. It's right there for you guys at 1 o'clock. Who doesn't want to go to Vegas and who doesn't want $1,000? And it's on iHeart, so make it happen. We'll be back. Peace.
No one gives a big warm hug like us when you need it. Come on, get in here. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. What? The Stanley Cup Final is on Real Radio.
The Panthers are Eastern Conference champions in 2025.
Our Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the NHL playoffs to become Eastern Conference champions.
The final seconds tick away, and the Florida Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup Final for the 3rd year in a row.
The puck is dropping on an epic rematch for the Stanley Cup against the Edmonton Oilers. Real Radio is your official home of Florida Panthers hockey and the Stanley Cup Final. Catch every goal, every fight, every face-off on the way to victory. Not near a radio? Make Real Radio 92.1 a preset on the iHeartRadio app and stream the Stanley Cup Final anywhere. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
West Palm Beach, it's a broken down car and it continues to slow down the ride. 2 right lanes are blocked. Look out I-95 north at Belvedere Road. Florida Turnpike looks good and up to speed. Make sure that you slow down for bicycles. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, it's Franny, and GimmeTheVin.com wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar. This is the place to sell your car for big bucks. And if they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll give you $100. GimmeTheVin.com is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's at GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 7 offices across South Florida to serve you, including our new office in Hollywood, Florida.
Are you a Medicare beneficiary looking for help with healthcare options? The SHINE program is here to assist you. SHINE stands for Serving Health Insurance Needs of Elders and provides free, unbiased counseling to help you make informed decisions about Medicare, Medicaid, and other health insurance options. Call 1-800-96-ELDER or visit floridashine.org today and take control of your healthcare decisions.
This message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs and the Florida Association of Broadcasters.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Monday. We will see some scattered rainfall across parts of the area, with a few thunderstorms lingering further inland near the lake later into the evening. It's a hot and humid one as well, with high temperatures near 90 degrees through the day, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. Could see a few more storms returning for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Summer starts early in Florida, which means we get more beach time, more sunshine, and more time to enjoy refreshing, sweet, and juicy Florida watermelon. The best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. There's sunshine in every bite.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio has your shot at $1,000 and a VIP trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword FESTIVAL to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry, plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's FESTIVAL to 200-200. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
I knew what he picked, douchebag.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Panthers tonight. Don't forget, Game 3 Stanley Cup, baby. If you're going to the game, you are lucky. No doubt about it. But if you're home or out and about, and maybe you're having dinner or just smoking a babanya with Dom, listen to us on Real Radio. 7:30 is the pregame. 8 o'clock, the puck drops. Always excited for the Panthers on Real Radio. Let's get that trophy back here. Keep it here, actually. It's here now. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And Francis is here.
Hey.
And we're going to get into some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say
Florida. I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, a Summerfield woman was arrested when she fled on a scooter after allegedly knocking an elderly man's glasses and headphones off of his head. What a jerk move.
That's not nice.
Deputies responded to this battery charge around 5:50. And this happened on Sunday. And according to their arrest report, said upon arrival, met with a male victim who advised that he got into an argument with 52-year-old Camille Lester. During the argument, Lester became upset, took the glasses off of his head and threw them.
Oh, Camille.
What a jerk.
Come on, Camille.
Causing his right lens to fall out of his glasses. She also took a pair of his headphones off of his head that he was wearing and threw those too.
She's so pissed.
Camille struck the victim on the top of the head. She boinked him with a white sneaker. During the struggle.
Were these two dating?
During the struggle, sounds like it, they both fell to the floor. And she ended up striking him in the arm, bruising him. She fled the residence on her scooter, and the deputies observed a small scratch on the top of the victim's head that, they're like, yeah, kind of matches what you were talking about, all this stuff she was doing to you. They said he also had scratches on his cheekbone, a little bruising on his arm. So she did some damage to him. Camille, her brother, who also lives at the residence, advised that he heard the arguing in the living room and came to see what was happening. He said that Camille and the victim were struggling over the set of headphones, and he went back to his room. He's like, oh man, again? These two? But then he said that he ended up going and returning, and he saw the victim on the ground with Camille standing over him. And then she left. So he even goes, yeah, my sister did beat him up. When the cops came, this is her brother.
She kicked his ass.
Yeah. Of course, she denied all the allegations made against her when they caught up her with her little scooter. Instead advising that she and the victim were arguing when he tripped over a couch in the living room. That's where all that stuff. That's how he broke his glasses. That's how he had the scratches on his head. The deputy asked how he got his injuries. And he gave the different story, the right story. Well, she beat me up. So, yeah, she did get arrested.
And that's tough as a guy to say you got beat up by a woman.
I don't know. Camille looks like she could do some damage. And...
she has her own tea.
Huh?
Go ahead.
What?
Chamomile?
Close enough.
It's not Camille.
Look at Dominic.
Yeah, what is right? Oh. What? I know.
You got to play that drop. Are you serious? The John Mack drop.
Oh, you want that one?
Yeah.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious. That ball was on the line. Chalk flew up.
Johnny Mac, I love him. Go ahead, Franny, continue.
Sorry, Franny.
Oh, it's okay. No worries. And then cops just be like, hey, if you're drinking, well, first of all, don't go drinking and driving. They're not dumb. If they open your car and they smell an excessive amount of perfume that looks like you just put it on you, and that's exactly what happened with this woman at 2:45 in the morning. She did get pulled over because she was going pretty damn fast. I said, what was it, like 70 and a 45? And she blew through a red light. So, yeah. They're going to make a traffic stop.
Yeah.
And she is drunk. They said that, but man, she didn't blow. So she got it pretty easy. Just a little slap on the wrist. I know even if you do not do the breathalyzer, they still will take away your license for a year. But yeah, they clocked her 70 and a 45, as I mentioned. Also blew through a red light. And during the traffic stop, they noticed the usual eyes, watery, glassy, bloodshot. They said that she was laughing in a weird manner, and also she was disoriented.
She was all banged up.
They said that her vehicle looked like it had damage, that she hit something too before they saw her. They said it looked like that was recently involved in a collision. Her vehicle did, and they said that she had a distinct odor of alcoholic beverage, but also she was heavily saturated with some sort of perfume that just squirted all over herself. She refused to participate in the field sobriety exercises, did not provide breath sample, but because of that, I'm telling y'all, she ended up getting her charges reduced to reckless driving.
I wonder why.
Oh, they went to court and stuff, and I guess if they didn't, have any accurate numbers with the breathalyzer, and she didn't do the field sobriety test either.
I know, but I'm just saying, you run a red light, you're doing double the speed limit.
And that's why it was reckless driving and not DUI. She should have got a DUI.
Crazy.
So, yes, she was placed on probation 6 months, ordered to perform 25 hours of community service. And a lot of people may have known this. I had no clue that you can pay your way out of a community service.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, you can buy out at $10 an hour.
I do remember it because somebody I was with got community service, and she was able to buy it out. I do remember. It hit me when you said it. And I guess that's also a way for the state to make a ton of money.
Yeah. And then 4 Palm Beach County men were arrested in Key Largo after deputies said they found drugs and 2 loaded guns that happened to be stolen at a Florida Panthers game. One of the handguns was reportedly stolen from a car parked at the Amerant Bank Arena over there during a Panthers game. So cops were called at the time when they noticed that their car was broken into. So Monroe County booked all 4 men on a bunch of charges. We got Jimmy, we got Todd, we got Demarion, we got Isaiah, all arrested. Deputies say the traffic stop netted 2 9mm handguns, 2 loaded extended magazines, 22.5 grams of marijuana, and a little bit more. All 4 suspects were transported to Monroe County Jail. But yeah, they did when they were running those the guns. They ended up being a couple of them from a dude who got his car broken into at a Florida Panthers game. So I'm sure he will hopefully get that back. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05.
Does the guy get his drugs back? Did they take the drugs? Or no?
I don't. Yeah, they take the drugs. They do. And if he asks for them back, they'll probably arrest him.
Oh. What if it's medical?
I don't know if they're his drugs, though. I don't know. I don't know if they stole the drugs out of his car, too.
Now, you can only buy a certain amount, right, when you go to limit. And is it per week or per visit?
It's more per month.
Oh, per month.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go, did they let you know, like you walk in, like, hey, you know what?
You have this much available, yep.
Oh, they do. So they're on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you make somebody go? Oh, you can't make somebody go in because they have to use your card, right?
Yep.
So you can't get like a beard, somebody to fake it for you.
Nope.
You don't look like Dominic today. Nice rack. Bruce Springsteen was doing a concert over the weekend. He had a special guest, Paul McCartney, brought on stage. How cool is that? Have either one of you guys gone to a concert and there was somebody that was brought on stage that you're like, oh my God? Because then you're getting the 2-for-1, which is unbelievable. You're getting Springsteen if you're a super fan. He's great. And then you get Paul McCartney. Is there anybody you could think of where you went and you were like, hey, who's, and, they always say, we got somebody's going to come on stage. You never know who it is. Billy Joel does it a lot. When he was playing Shea in the Garden, he would always have people come out there, and it'll just like blow your mind, whoever it would be. But nobody off the top of your head?
No.
I can't think of any. And I'm sure it's happened.
But that's
in
cool.
my concert history of going to them, but right now I can't think of it.
Yeah, but that's cool. Springsteen, and he brings out Paul McCartney, and they play Can't Buy Me Love. That had to be a special moment. That was on social media. I was checking it out, and they had everything with the boss. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you guys want to get involved with the show, with the Panthers, annoying things that maybe passengers do. We listed a few, but if you have something that maybe somebody does, it could be somebody you're with or somebody just a friend. You're just like, hey, or maybe you give somebody a ride to the airport and they're bitching. Like if you want to give somebody a ride to the airport, and sometimes it could be a time thing. Like there's either people who want to wait to the last minute, especially if it's an earlier flight, or leave super early. You know what I mean? And you're giving them a ride, so it's it could be a little bit like, say they got a 6 o'clock flight, and they'd be like, pick me up at 4. And you're like, wow, 4, that's early. Depends what airport you're going to, obviously, if it's West Palm. But give us a call on things that passengers could do that possibly annoy you, that you would be like, man, this is annoying.
All right, well, let's get into this. They have come up with certain ages that men, yes, specifically men, things that you guys should stop doing by certain ages. And when I was going through the list, there's some that I was like, you know what, this could relate to men or women. It's not, but this specifically. After a certain age, no more miniskirts. But I'm curious, do you agree with this? The ages men need to stop doing things.
There's a couple that, everybody talks about, but I want to hear this list.
All right, so this was on a podcast, and it was a really fun video. Maybe I'll put it up for you guys, but it's called Stop by the Age. So when you're a young man, you can get away with doing some pretty stupid things that won't have a dramatic or drastic negative impact on the rest of your life. That is, unless you don't stop, right? As you age, it's essential to stop doing these things that are detrimental to your well-being, so that you can live your best life. The earlier you give these up, the better. Do you guys agree? Getting these under control ASAP. Claim is living at home with your parents.
Oh, yeah.
The age you need to typically stop around, they say, is 25. Unless you're attending school or for other reasons, such as caring for your parent or helping them, right, support them financially, serious stuff like that, they say that you should have your own place, be out of your parents' house by 25 years old.
I would say,
Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, that's a good age. Like I said, like the two things you said, but that changes the whole scenario.
Yeah. They said, you could move out. You don't even have to get your own place. Get a place with a few buddies. Whatever you do. They said you just need to stop living with your parents. What do you think, Dom? 25?
Yeah, that's a good age.
Okay.
It's tough with girls, too, if you want to bring home a girl. You got to bring her home to your parents.
It's just a different era. And I love my mom, and she's the best thing. She's the best person in the whole entire world, but I could not wait to get my own place.
Yep. Yeah.
So 18, I was like, see ya. And it had nothing to do with her. It had just everything to do with my independence. Taking money from your parents. They said you should not use them as a financial crutch, which we know, and a lot of people do. And your parents are always going to be your parents. So a lot of times they do feel like they have to help you financially. But according to this, by the time you're 23 and not in graduate school or pursuing a doctorate, they said, which may require some additional support from your parents, they said you should have a job.
Oh, yeah, job, definitely.
And you should not be taking money from your parents. You said if you're still relying on your parents for financial support, it's time to reassess your life. So 23 is when they say you should not be taking any kind of financial support from them.
And again, I think you should have a job. Like you said, you're done with school, or if you didn't go to college, you got out of high school and you're getting a job, you're in the work field. Yes, you should have a job. I mean, that's essential.
All right, so not all these are about living with your parents or whatever. This one, blaming everybody else. Things you should stop doing. Dudes, get under control, certain ages. If you're blaming other people for your life at the age of 25, you need to drop the act, stop the excuses, and start taking ownership for where you are in your life. You are where you are because of the choices that you've made, and you need to stop blaming others.
Preach on.
I think that's any age.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Why are you blaming everybody else for the issues you have in your life?
Because it's easier.
Yeah. Smoking weed.
Oh.
I know, Don, we're not going to agree with this. If you're smoking all the time by the age of 22, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of underachieving, according to this.
All right. What is this, from the 50s now?
This one, if you're smoking weed and playing video games. So playing video games, we know it's huge. So many gamers out there, but they're like, okay, they're not bad as a recreational activity, but if you're spending your life, as a gamer, they said after the age of 24, you need to evolve into adulthood. You need to start thinking about your career, retirement, and having a secure sense of self. Now, they're not saying, hey, you can't play video games all. They're saying if it is your life, it's consuming, you're doing it all the time.
Yeah, if you're more concerned about that box than other boxes, you got a problem.
Unless you're making some big bucks from it.
Well, that's different.
Because it can happen, right?
Yeah, then that's your livelihood.
So 24 is what they claim here, all right?
You still play video games? Do you still play video games or no?
Rarely, maybe once a month if I have time.
All right.
Not taking care of your body. 22 years old, they said, is that age where you need to knock it off. You need to take care of take care of your body. They said, seriously, consider your meals, beverages, exercise routine. Take ownership of your health. I know, that's what I'm asking you, agree or not. Some of these you probably don't agree with, the ages. Mental health issues. Decide to be happy and start by not blaming other people. Forgive and find a way to move forward. 25 years old is a big year in your life, and I personally wasn't very secure with who I was at that time. Sought out therapy, which is an effective tool and resource, but they said, yeah, if you need to, go get a therapist. So they said it was around 25 is when they were like, all right, this is when I need to start, especially if you do have some mental health issues, that you need to start tackling it. And a lot of times it can be earlier than that. Partying. You guys are going to be like, boo, 27.
Wow.
After the age of 27, you should not be going out and partying every weekend.
Oh, every weekend.
It's time to settle down, right?
Let's go, Tomster.
It's time to settle down. I know. I was like, what? Partying all the time will destroy your body. You may end up sleeping with toxic people and hooking up with others.
Oh, well. That's life.
Isn't that the point?
I think people like that in a way because they're like, I was drinking. You always hear I do hear a lot of stories of people, guys and girls, and they always said, I was drinking. And I didn't realize, maybe you hooked up with somebody or did something crazy. If you're not drinking, you really have no excuse.
Speaking of hooking up, that's on here. Hooking up. These are the ages that for men they think you should stop. They said by 28, you should stop hooking up without a purpose. So without a purpose, all right?
I always have a purpose.
Start thinking about your... yeah, all right, more of a purpose than that.
Okay.
A deeper purpose, G-Man.
Oh, it's deep.
Oh, I know. This is a really bad choice of words. Start thinking about your life and what you want it to be.
Franny's back.
I said start thinking about your life and what you want it to be. Hooking up with random people or with old acquaintances is not where you should be. Start being serious about being the best person that you can be so that you can build a family life.
What age?
Unless you don't want one, who cares?
Yeah.
28.
Nikki Glaser said that last night. She goes, I don't want kids. And she just said, you know what? The one thing I really enjoyed about her show was that it was very honest. Like a lot of things that she said for herself. And I'm sure there was a lot of people in the audience that felt the same way. But 27? Wow, that's bad. I missed that.
28.
28. I missed that too.
This one, I'll do 2 more here, and then we'll end it because there's a bunch here. But let's see. What do we have? We got partying, did that one. Being broke. Well, sometimes it's unfortunate. It just happens. Being smart with your money should happen, they said, around age 26 is critical.
Oh, my God.
If you want to start a family or build wealth, ideally begin around the age 26. Claim here.
Yeah.
Hanging out with losers by the age of 26. Same age. You're not a college kid anymore. You need to stop hanging out with people who party all the time and seek out those who add value to your life.
Yeah.
These people need to help you ascend that ladder. And then finally here, ages where you should stop doing this when they don't specifically give you age here, but it says waiting for perfect timing. Stop thinking that the world is going to hand you something and stop waiting for somebody to offer you a successful path. Take action. Don't wait for perfect timing because guess what? It doesn't exist.
No.
So take control of the rest of your life. And I'm with that on you. And perfect time for everything. I know people who've dealt with significant others or partners that lost their job and then were without jobs for months because they were waiting for that perfect job. You know what? Get a job until that perfect job comes along. You can do that. At least do something. Bring some kind of money in. And there are people who are just like, but I'm just waiting on that one job. Well, you can keep on waiting for it.
But you got to work.
Yeah. Make some money while you're waiting.
Yeah, you got to earn. You got to be out there working. You should be. I mean, you can't expect everybody. And I'm sure in situations like that, that puts a big strain on the relationship. So, Dom, how did you do on that test? I didn't do pretty good. How'd you do? Yeah, men's events? Doesn't mean that, you're not going on the right path. I mean, these are just a study that they did. And it looked like really... They're saying for the most part, your mid-20s.
Yeah, a lot of it was 25, 26.
And that's very young.
I don't know. That one thing, Reefer Madness, that was BS.
Yeah, but you change so much from
Yeah.
your 20s, 30s, 40s. I know. Yeah, that's why I said I talked about this a little bit ago, a couple days ago, and I didn't agree with a lot, but I wonder, do you?
I think everybody's different, obviously. It's the people that are around you. I think the people that you're around the most really have... something to do with your life, whether you're dating somebody you're dating or somebody you're friends with.
And I learned that later on, actually, in life, not in my 20s. And maybe I should have, and maybe this list does make sense, that you want to surround yourself with people that bring value to your life. And I held on to people for way too long who didn't. So, and I've learned that now.
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
Yeah, and sometimes you do it because, you're comfortable with the person or persons. You all hang out. You just do it out of habit. Sometimes you're just like, okay, we all do this, so we'll do it. It's hard to step back sometimes and say, hey, is this really good for me? Or am I contributing to my life to be at a better path? And a lot of times people do stuff because they're happy too. I mean, if it makes you happy, it is a little bit hard to say hey, this isn't the best thing for me. I know myself, a lot of situations I were in were not the best, but I was happy. So I was like, screw it. Who cares? 877-927-6969. Are you going to Game 3 tonight, Dom? That's a big thing. He said no.
Yeah, I don't think he's going. I got 47142 says, Franny, my friends went to the Post Malone Jelly Roll concert. Yeah, I had a girlfriend who went too. I was like, man, that would have been a good show.
Yeah, last night, right?
Yeah, it was Miami at the Hard Rock. They said, these girls are beautiful, but they have the worst singing voices ever. They said they kept FaceTiming me during the concert. And it was and I felt bad for people around them because they sounded like they were getting their teeth drilled without Novocaine and pain medicine.
Oh, wow.
They said, but they did enjoy every minute of the concert. So I did hear fantastic things about that show. So I'm sure they had a good time. And then we have another one asking, excuse me, I guess they're watching this on Real TV, sponsored by our buddy, Jason Weiser, attorney at law. And somebody was asking, what does your hat say? I'm trying to read it. You want to read it? Can you read that, G-Man?
My dog said I can't read that. You're what? You're a hoe?
My dog said you're a hoe.
That's different. I didn't even read that.
That's what my hat says.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
My dog said you're a hoe.
Wow, that's different.
So listen, I didn't say it. It was my dog. So.
All right, cool. Not that there's
That's what my hat says.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with being a hoe.
Yeah. And my dog's very judgy, so.
Yeah.
Just
So,
so you know.
yeah. I didn't even.
Not me.
You know what? I didn't even realize it had something up there. I wasn't. I
I'm
saw
not paying attention like always.
Yeah.
Hey! I just didn't realize it said something. There's just a bunch of letters.
What?
I'm focused on the show, bro.
Obviously not.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, go smoke some Babani over there. I would love to come to your house. You must have like golden gummies.
Oh my God.
On the show. Oh, it's Monday. Let's pop a couple of these. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Always appreciate you guys tuning in to Real Radio 921-1017. You got the keyword for our good buddy Rover, and that could be your first step going to Vegas on us. Who doesn't want to go to Vegas? Hotel and airfare and $1,000. Whew. That'll get you out of the airport and more. We'll be back. And kind of. You can. It depends what you want to do with that $1,000. You go to dinner, right? You can bet it. You can pay for a friend. I mean, whatever you want to do. You laugh. There are people if you go to that you can pay them to be your friend.
I don't think iHeart's wanting that, but.
Well, they're giving you a gift card. They don't care what you do with it. Right?
Yeah, I think that's why they're not giving you cash.
Well, then you could just cash it in. Like, say you're in Vegas, you're by yourself. You're like, oh, I want to buy your friend for $1,000. I think that's very nice. It's an opportunity. Look at Dominic's face. He's so funny. He's not on camera. He's strong with that. Somebody asked me the other night, something in life that you don't think is going to change within the next year. I said, you know what? Dom on camera. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Here we go again. They're taking hard-working American people, American men, and they're taking their job.
I think it's so weird that they would be able to make a human being without using eggs or sperm. Scientists
I feel
working
the same
on-
way about omelets.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
Car accident? Visit smithball.com to learn more about our legal power and how we can help.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
You'll find some delays 95 north at Belvedere Road. 2 right lanes are blocked. Roadwork slowing us down Boynton Beach Boulevard west at Hagen Ranch Road. That has a right lane blocked. That's traffic. I'm Julie Stewart.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that the best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. Open 7 days a week with a 5-star restaurant. And this Saturday night, June 7th, it's UFC Championship Fighting. You can witness it at Monroe's. And if you like hockey, I can't think of a better place. Because if your team loses, you won't end up in a penalty box. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, and that's where all the beautiful ladies are. Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet, Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool will be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And if erectile dysfunction is making a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. Your initial visit includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. That's AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 7 offices across South Florida to serve you, including our new office in Hollywood, Florida. Atlantic Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The NBC Nightly News.
From one era to the next.
I'm Tom Brokaw.
We'll hope to see you back here.
I'm Lester Holt.
Trust is the anchor.
For NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Yamas.
A new chapter begins. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas. Evenings on NBC.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Wondering what a personal message with your credit card number has in common with way too many pictures of your dog? Well, they're both private. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them, not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Monday. We will see some scattered rainfall across parts of the area, with a few thunderstorms lingering further inland near the lake later into the evening. It's a hot and humid one as well, with high temperatures near 90 degrees through the day, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. Could see a few more storms returning for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Craftsman Days are live at Lowe's. Get a free select tool. Pack battery kit. Whether it's the backyard, the bathroom, or beyond, Craftsman has the tools to help you power through and get the project done right. Because DIYing is unpredictable, but your tools shouldn't be. Shop Craftsman at Lowe's today.
Medical marijuana made easy. Get approved for your card today at mmjhealth.com.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives,
check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on Real Radio 921 1017 on your FM dial. Don't forget the Panthers tonight, 7:30 pregame, 8 o'clock. It is the puck dropping. Let's go Panthers. Let's get game 3. Dom's not going to the game, so don't worry about it. Panthers are going to win.
Oh, thanks.
I don't believe in any of that. That's all malarkey to me. I'm trying to keep my hands from rubbing together, so Franny doesn't. I almost did it in there, but I stopped. I gotta be like, okay.
Franny, I heard the difference too. It does. There's a little sound difference between mine and his.
I think he's.
You had to like a little clap to it,
yeah,
but that's consistent, so that I can understand where you get it.
He cups his hands together, and it makes a certain noise. It's different. Dom's doesn't bother me, but it's not because it's you. It's just yours makes a noise.
There's a little flap to it.
Yeah, there is a flap. Yeah, so if I close my eyes, it sounds like you're having solo time. I want to hear it.
Oh my God! I wouldn't think you would want to hear that.
I don't.
Oh my God!
That's why I told you not to do it.
Oh my God! I don't know where you're getting solo time for. Like the counting of money.
But even Dom said he kind of heard that slap. There's like a little.
There's
flap,
a flap in it.
A flap and dip. Wow. It's a dip and flap.
I thought you said something else.
What do you think he said?
The other D word.
Only on Real Radio. We appreciate all you guys listening. You tell me what this sounds like. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Of course, Francis is here.
Hey.
We're going to try to stop not rubbing our hands. I guess we're a little bit over it, or it's done, but we're still going to try. I mean, it's a work in progress. Let's do a trifecta. I'm sorry.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
I'm more sorry of where to place it takes you to.
He's still on this.
Hey! It is the Penthouse. Last night, the NBA had Game 2 in the NBA Finals. Not a great night, Game 1. Only 8 million people watched. I'm not sure about last night. Maybe a lot of people were at Nikki Glaser, but the ratings have not been great. But the Thunder did finally tie the series at 1-1. We'll see what happens when they go back to Indiana. Alexander is the favorite to win MVP. He had a big night last night. He had 34 points. We talked about the Panthers. Don't forget, they are playing tonight. You can hear them on Real Radio. Edmonton. This is a pivotal game. Game 3, they got to win. And you know what? Get up 2-1. Being a little bit in the driver's seat. So that'd be great. And you could hear the game on Real Radio. Miami Dolphins, mandatory workouts today. OTA started. So we're getting closer and closer to the NFL season. And I know there's a lot of people who count down like every 10 days. There was the 100-day about a week ago, 100 days to the NFL season. College football is a lot sooner than that, by the way. I think that's like in the late 80s. Before you know it, though, it'll be here for football season, and you guys will be excited. Don't forget, we are the home of the Florida Gators this year again. Our partnership with the Florida Gators continues, and you could hear every single game on Real Radio 921 or 1017. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. I might stop down there later today and get a gelato and enjoy myself and put a smile on my face. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in this show.
92 days until the start of 2025 college football season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But who's counting? So you can always participate. 47142. Started off with Real Radio. We have a lot of ways that you can access us. That's one. And I do want to give you a heads up. Talk about the iHeartRadio app. Make sure you make us a preset because every week we do giveaways on there. And you can get all the instructions. They'll give you the details. realradio921.com/preset. But if you're not aware, you can make us your number one preset. You can make us any number preset, but make us number one on the iHeartRadio app.
And then you take a screenshot, you enter it, realradio921.com/preset. And if you do, you are in the running to score tickets to go see Hardy. But we switch that up every single week. So if you weren't aware, that is a contest that we've been doing for a while now. I think for a few weeks we've been doing that. And either way, it's just cool to have us right there in your back pocket just in case you do lose signal or whatever it is. You can always listen to Real Radio 92.1. Now, I did want to bring this up because I have other things I wanted to bring up, but it reminded me because he was last night in concert with Post Malone, and that's Jelly Roll. So he's joked that he's going to be quitting the music business, and some people are like, oh my God, is he quitting?
What's he going back to?
So Jelly Roll... Oh, he's going back to prison. No, that's what he was. I'm kidding.
Really?
No. Jelly Roll said that he
He's going back to roll
said
people.
he's going. This dude, he's lost over 200 pounds.
Really?
I mean, he has lost so much weight. He looks so good. But it says that he's going to quit the music business after accomplishing the unthinkable. Of course, he's joking, but it's pretty cool for a guy who started his career as a musician. His wife, who has a very fun podcast called, her name is Bunny XO, posted the clip on, I'm guessing that's not on her birth certificate like Greek isn't, posted the clip on Instagram. And he said, I was on Lil Wayne and Eminem's album in the same year. Y'all, I retire. It's over. I'm going to retire. I quit the music business. This is my last tour ever. I can't do anything cooler. And that's why he said it, because he was able to be on their albums.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's it. So if you're not familiar, he's on Lil Wayne's new album that dropped, I believe, on Friday. Lil Wayne, part of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And Jelly appears alongside Big Sean on the song Sharks. And then he also is on Eminem's track too. But yeah, not only is that, he's currently on tour with Post Malone, what they call the Big Ass Stadium Tour.
Yeah, didn't he want a couple months ago, he's going up to people that he robbed and apologized to them, right? He was trying to sort them out.
No, he got pardoned. But not like the president pardoned the Chrisleys. I don't know if you saw that. By a share from where he was from.
No, but he was saying that he was trying to find victims that he robbed when he was younger. And
Okay.
He wanted to sit down with them and apologize and explain to them why he did what he did. I mean, what you really could do, bro, is write him a check. I mean, you got enough money now. Give him back the money you robbed. I mean, that's one thing.
Interest.
Yeah, whatever. And I think he said also, he's been in the news lately. He doesn't want to play Nashville anymore. He's going to play the opening
of the new stadium they have there.
The new stadium when the Titans open. I think next year the Titans are opening.
Oh, so I don't know if because back in April, I remember I saw this, but I don't know if it did happen, that the Tennessee Board of Parole recommended that Tennessee Governor Bill Lee pardon Jelly Roll, his real name, Jason DeFord, if you're not familiar, for his past criminal convictions. The board made this recommendation, and they said his past convictions, of course, if you're not aware, they include robbery, few drug charges on there too. And they said that, it's one of those things. He has applied, they said, for a pardon to ease international travel restrictions. So I guess that could be a thing, which I didn't even think about, as his criminal record makes it difficult for some people to enter certain countries like Canada. They're very strict. The Tennessee Board of Parole held a hearing and recommended the pardon, citing need to address the impact of his record on his career and the ability, this is what he has been doing, to spread the message of redemption through music and faith, and he has. And so they believe, and I think a lot of people do, seeing how he is, and he just seems like a really solid dude, that he is a changed man, and that they should redeem him because of this. So ultimately, Governor Lee will make the final decision on whether to grant the pardon. So I guess it has not been granted yet. But Jelly Roll does express hope that the pardon will allow him to continue his career and share his story of transformation with others.
Very unique story.
Yeah.
Didn't start out great, but like in a lot of things in life, it's how you finish. And he's very talented, obviously. I didn't realize he lost 200 pounds. He still looks like a pretty big boy.
But
that shows you how much he had to lose.
When you walk around from 460 to 260, that's a big difference, you know?
Oh, he was 460?
He was up there, yeah.
Wow. Mingata.
I mean, I'm estimating that, but I'm not exact with that, but I believe it was like up there.
Wow, that's a lot.
I would be there. Maybe even more,
Really?
Dom. I mean, he was because, like you said, he's still a big dude, and he's lost over 200 pounds.
Well,
Here it is. From 540 to 357
yeah, I would say
under.
even more.
Well, no wonder he always got caught by the cops. He couldn't run away. I mean, they're pretty simple. When you're carrying all that, wow, that's amazing. I think we had tickets to give away for that concert this weekend, right? Weren't we giving away tickets? Not us, not our station, but the other station, Jerry Roll.
Jelly, not Jerry.
Whatever. Hey, Jelly, what's up, bro?
Jerry Roll. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Jerry Roll, what are you doing? Get over here. Let's see what's happening. Franny, I know you have something that is not only hard for a lot of people with jobs, but just in life, and that's negotiating anything sometimes to do with money.
Yeah, I've gotten better with age, but I hate negotiating. I do, and I know it's a skill that you should that you should know how to do well. I really understand it. Negotiating is a very good skill that you should hone in on, and I am still working on it to this day. But graduating from college, of course, is a huge accomplishment, but that doesn't mean everyone who does it is actually prepared to enter the real world. So having a degree, it does open some doors, right, and opportunities. Not always, but it also means having to do a lot of adulting things they may not be ready for yet. And these were recent graduates, college grads, 2024, 2025. And they're worried about the next step as they cross that graduation stage. They're like, oh man, the future. This is scary now that I'm out of college. So they said that those who've been out of college for a year say their future roadmap did go as planned. So that's good. But a lot of people say it hasn't. So when they were talking about landing their first real job, there's one thing that stands out the most, and that's talking about salary. They say they find that to be probably the most stressful part of it. In fact, they said that it's anxiety-inducing to negotiate their salary with a potential employer. They say it sucks more than going through a breakup with a partner.
Wow, that's deep.
Recent grads saying negotiating salary is more stressful than breakups.
Well, the thing with negotiating money for anybody, the number one thing you need is to have confidence. If you have confidence, that'll just go into that area. And if you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to believe that you're worth what you're asking for. Also, your best deal is your first deal, because that's where the barometer is set. If you're making 2 apples, you're never going to make 10. It's just not there. So, I mean, you got to remember all those things. And it's a simple thing that the goal for most people is just to get the job. And companies know that too. They're not, they're very smart too. So they're just happy with, hey, I'm just happy getting the job. And when I'm making X, but down the road, I'm going to make Y and I'll be very happy. And sometimes that happens. But then there are places where that's it. You're making that, and that's where it's going to stay for a long time. So it is a hard thing. But, I mean, people ask me all the time. It is confidence. I think that's the first thing in anything, that you got to believe in yourself. And not to be, you should know your worth, but also know what the job's worth. That's another thing people get confused at. Do your research. See what jobs are paying. See where the job is.
And that information is easily accessible online.
Yeah. And you know what? Whatever. A job pays 10 apples, you can't be asking for 30 because you're not going to get it. Also, check within the company what people are. You can look around. Different states have different salaries. So I think confidence is the first thing. And don't be cocky. There's a fine line between hunger and greed if you find that you'll be successful. But again, you're not asking to borrow the money. That's the thing you got to realize. That's the same thing with people who are not good in sales. You're selling. I'm going to help you make more money. That's your goal. Together, we're going to achieve this goal. We're a team. But when you're going in for a salary, you got to realize that too. You're not asking to borrow. You're saying, hey, this is what I was looking for. And negotiate from the strength, not a weakness. Let them throw out the first one. And then you leverage from there. Because sometimes in life, you could throw out a number that they weren't even thinking. And it could be a lot lower than you realize. But you should know what a job pays when you go for, I think, an interview. A ballpark. You can't walk in for a job and you're like, hey, I want $300,000. They're like, what, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? You got to know what it is. And that's it. And if you're not happy with something, you should tell them too. Like a lot of people would be like, hey, I got to think about it. Be like up front. I'm not really happy with the compensation. I think it was going to be a little bit more. And if they want you, they'll find the money. Believe me. They'll find the money like most things. Again, long as you're pretty close to the runway. Don't be going off the spectrum. I want 5 years, 14 million, 11 million guaranteed. That's not happening. But yeah, I believe confidence is the first thing when you're negotiating. It really is. Do you find it hard to negotiate?
Salary? I mean, that's just a touchy subject, especially when you're going in for an interview.
Yeah.
The last time I had to negotiate was when I was buying my car. I used this little tactic I saw someone on YouTube use. Would say the car he wanted $16,000 or something like that, and I wanted to pay $15,000. I told the guy, let's flip a coin for it. And we flipped the coin, and if it landed on heads, I got 50. If I was paying 15.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did it, and it worked in my favor too. So
But obviously that's a 50-50 chance that it's not. But
Yep.
still.
Yep.
I don't know if it worked out for you. I
It
don't
worked
know if-
out that time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a great way to negotiate. Let's flip. But again, if it
Flip for
works,
my salary.
yeah, let's.
No, I wouldn't do it for the salary.
I know. I'm
Let's
kidding.
flip. I mean, with a car thing, again, there are certain things. You go in at the end of the month or the end of the year, you got a better shot at getting a good deal. But what everybody does a lot of times is just habit. They'll say more what they want for their old car, and they'll say to you, like, if you make my payment $550, I'm in. So they know that right away. You know, let them put something together and be able to walk out of the showroom and go to your car. If they want it, they'll follow you to your car. I mean, that's it. You'll be like, hey, this is what I got. You want to do the deal? Great. If you don't, kiss it.
My dad did that so many times. I mean, when first time looking for a car, I would, I love the car. Look, oh no, we're walking out. And he'll walk to the
That
car.
was his tactic?
We must have left so many places before
That's
finally he's
funny.
like, all right, this one we could stay. I was like, oh, finally.
Well, was he just hoping that people were going to stop him and be like, wait,
Yep,
wait,
yep.
nobody did?
Some people do,
And
some
nobody
people don't.
did.
Again,
And my dad, of course, typical stubborn Italian, just
Yeah.
kept walking, you know.
But you know what? Again, he had in his mind what he wanted, and maybe he was right.
And,
then-
and that's not the first time I've heard that tactic. A lot
Yeah.
of people do that. Just
Yeah.
walk away and hope they'll be like, well, but wait. We'll give you a better deal.
yeah, I mean, again, what's the worst that happens? You
And,
go,
you know, on to the next dealership across the street, you know, it's right
Oh,
there.
yeah. I mean, you go back tomorrow. You don't have to buy it today.
Yep.
That impulse thing that we want sometimes when you're negotiating is the worst thing because they see right through it. They're a professional salesperson. So you just walk in and say, hey, whatever, the car, anything, jewelry. Hey, this is what I really like. Well, I guess today we can't, you know, you hear that line a lot of times. What do we have to do today to make this a deal? Put this in your name. And you pick up the payments and we can make a deal. But negotiating with money, with a salary is tough because you don't want to, you know, price yourself out. And that could happen. But again, if you do your research, look into things like Franny said, find out what it is, find out stuff about the company, and then you could do it and then realize. And also realize your own self-worth. Sometimes you'll be like, hey, you know what? They're actually paying me more than I'm worth. You don't want to tell them that, but you might be like, hey, I know a couple of my friends. They tell me what they're making. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I was in shock. Really. I mean, because they're not worth squat. I'm like, my God, do you wear a mask to work? Because you're robbing them. But it happens. Sometimes you fall into good spots. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys had a good day. Enjoyed yourself. We got a big giveaway. You guys can go to Vegas on us. You get a keyword. You get another one at 5 o'clock. Yeah, not 6 o'clock. Franny gave us last week. Pay attention. Dom jumped out of the gate and said 5. Of course, I went with him. I'm like, yeah, 5 o'clock.
And you know what I
5
got?
o'clock is
Say-
right.
yeah, say.
Okay.
You know what I got just in case of that?
This is good. Yeah, I like this.
9 o'clock a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. 3 chances a day for you to score a shot to go to Las Vegas for the iHeartRadio Music Festival. So that next one is happening around 1 o'clock. Just set your alarm so we don't have to keep up. We will repeat, but set your alarms for 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. You're going to get a keyword. You text the keyword to 200-200. Not only does your trip include round trip airfare to Vegas, ground transportation from the airport to the hotel, and you're staying right where they're doing the music festival. So everything is walkable. So you get that 2-night hotel accommodation. And of course, you get 2 pairs of tickets to the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival at the T-Mobile Arena. That's September 19th and the 20th. Plus, we're throwing a little cherry on top there. And with that, you're going to get a $1,000 gift card.
That was perfect because that's when we were betting on the Hard Rock app.
There you go.
We would just play that, and then you have Franny, and then she does the whole thing, and all the information is correct, and it's all right there. What you have to
It
do,
is, yes.
Because when I do it, it's wrong, and then you'll be like, Jesus, Greek, what the hell's going on? So that works out perfect.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, great job, buddy. I mean, sometimes you are the smartest one. You are the tallest cucumber.
Don't
sometimes.
worry. She just did the preset a couple minutes ago. I'm going to get that one too.
Oh, get the preset. Yeah, get that.
Just for this week, because it's going to change next
Yep.
week.
Yeah, get the preset, get all that stuff, and then we'll rock and roll. Oh, the phone's ringing. It's probably your babá.
Management.
It's management. They're like telling you, hey, we're going to negotiate a deal with you. Get out. 877-927-6969. That's always the number to call. Panthers tonight. Dominic's not going, so if you're betting, you can feel comfortable. Dom looks like when he answers the phone sometimes like he's like on his couch. He just laughs and like cracks up, but I can see the whole thing. Who is that? Was that management?
No one was there. I was laughing at you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad. I enjoy that you're laughing at me and you're enjoying the show. We try
At you, not with you.
It doesn't matter. You're still laughing. I really don't care what you're laughing at. As long as you're having a good time, that's part of my job. Dom, I hope you have a great afternoon. And you're gonna go to watch party or no game, right?
Well, I'll be somewhere.
But do you think there's a possibility?
Oh, I don't think I'm going to the game now.
All right. Yeah. Save the money.
Is there no Greek sound?
No, we're not sure yet.
Oh.
Probably not.
I was like, doesn't it supposed to start in 6 minutes and we're not sure yet?
I'm a little depressed.
About what?
A couple things.
I thought you had a great week in gambling and you saw Nikki Glaser last night. Like, what's up?
And I got to see you. That was the
Why
highlight.
are you so depressed?
That's a long story.
Okay.
And you don't care.
Oklahoma Williams.
What was that?
Williams on Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you
why.
didn't you didn't go over. You can't have everything. I mean, if you get 8 presents and you ask for 7, you're doing okay. Franny, great job as always. Thanks for working the 2 o'clock today.
Yeah, of course.
We missed you.
Thanks for having me.
We missed you. We're glad you're back. You going to come back tomorrow?
I think so.
All right, good.
God willing, as they say.
God willing. You guys have a great afternoon. Enjoy yourselves. Don't forget about the Panthers tonight on Real Radio, 921-1017. If you're betting, you can only bet on the Hard Rock app. Bet the Panthers because Dominic is not going to the game. So there it is. Dom's not going. So we're telling you guys that you should definitely put
I secretly go now.
Yeah, and you show everybody up. That's right. And they end up winning like 4-2. You're like, see, I went. Suck it. Bet the Angels tonight if you're looking for a baseball winner. You guys have a great afternoon. And remember, it's always good to ride, but don't drive. Peace.
Hey, it's Rover from Rover's Morning Glory. Wake up with me each morning. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. And you can wake up with me right next to you. Romantic.
The Stanley Cup Final is on Real Radio.
The Panthers are Eastern Conference champions in 2025.
Our Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the NHL playoffs to become Eastern Conference